Hello and welcome to Play of the Night. I am your humble Dungeon Master, James J.C. Laird, and we are the 5th edition Curse of Strahd playthrough. Joining me today, we have the lovely Miss Jasmine.
Hi.
Speaking with the greatest enthusiasm there, we have Forge.
Oh, it is good to see you.
We have Robin.
Hello.
And then we have the man masquerading mask.
Hello, random people of the internet.
So, thank you all for joining us again, and thank you very much for the rather surprising amount of content and feedback that we've been getting as of late. I know that quite a lot of people have put follows, put likes, and put notifications out, so we've actually won a few awards or achievements through Twitch, so we now have more than 15 followers, I think, so we're definitely building something together. And each video, at least the Curse of Strahd ones, these ones here, are getting more than 30 plus views each and every time, so thank you very much for that. It means a lot to us. It does warm the DM's heart to know that my ego is being stroked. But if you are new here, and I'm assuming that some people might be, we have a slightly unusual way of doing things. We're a bit loosey-goosey, we're not too beholden to the rules, we do a lot of rule of cool and have fun. There are various things that we do that might be different from other streams, so bear with us until you get more accustomed to how we do things. That being said, we do have one major thing that differentiates us from other streams that you may have seen when it comes to D&D. We have crowd interaction and audience interaction. So you, the audience, will get to vote here on our Twitch and also in our YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, please check that out, where you can vote and leave comments on who it is that gets Play of the Night. This is the event, the action, the clutch moment, the could this mean this deduction that will award them DM inspiration, which allows them to have advantage on a given roll. This could turn a near fatal blow from the big bad boss, or it could simply be the epic seduction of the barmaid. Who knows, it's up to the players how they want to use it. But last time, and the one who will introduce what happened last time and how she got it, Jasmine, could you please explain how you earned your Play of the Night and what happened last session?
Hang on, I have a Sour Patch Kid in my mouth.
Timing is everything.
Holy crap,
Judging
that was
you.
more sour than I was expecting. Okay.
Weak.
I can report her face is turned inside out.
You're so mean. Okay, last session we retconned the first time we got to the council, and we did a little bit more talking before we called the carriage to come get us. And while we were on the carriage, or when we got into the carriage, we noticed there was like a ton of undead all around us, and nobody would let me put my foot on the ground to see if they'd come at us, but that's okay. I'm not salty about that. Then we started driving to the castle, and Air unintentionally insulted Uvo. And then they had a long talk, and then the people inside the carriage also had a long talk. And then we got to the castle, and we saw this crazy lady near the edge of a cliff. And then we looked over again, and she was gone. But we looked down the cliff, and there was like a little ledge. So that's something that we need to investigate at some point. Then we went into the castle and had dinner with Strahd, and it was very awkward, and he asked a lot of intrusive questions. But so did we, so that's okay. And then I think we upset him, and then he left, and then told us to stay in his castle for the night, so we couldn't leave, and he pulled the gate up and everything, so we were prisoners. And then we left. We gave the necklace that we needed to give to, I forget his name, Bellevue, that was his name. And then we left and got attacked by a bunch of gargoyles, and then one of Strahd's servants was annoyed that we were attacking his gargoyles, and then that was where we ended.
He also called the gargoyles off of her.
Yes.
Indeed. And after Rahadin, a similar toned elf to one of your party who's currently on her way, she's coming home from work, he called them off and escorted you up to one of the high towers where a number of guest chambers had been set aside for you. You had arrived onto an ornate landing where a large rug, along with Strahd, a portrait depicting Strahd, hung on the wall of the landing before opening up into a much larger library and guest chambers. It includes various bedrooms and other accoutrements for your enjoyment. However, you were not alone when you entered into this room, for a handsome gentleman with elegant, though somewhat faded attire and very, very pale skin, who was casually and almost boredly reading a book. And as he looked up to see who it was, he seemed interested in your arrival. Flicking the book shut, he noticed one particular person in particular and said, "Oh, Tendri, great to see you again. How's the book?" And as his smile peeled back his very thin lips, two fangs shot forth from his canines. And that is where we left things off last time. The gentleman...
Just saying, kill the vampire.
The gentleman reclining on his lounge chair. Oopsie daisy, what the heck happened there? Reclining on his lounge chair, rises gracefully and beckons you in.
I will follow his beckoning and say, "Evening." Oh fuck! I wrote this down. God damn it! I closed it. Good evening, Escher.
Escher.
Yeah,
Escher. That was it. Damn. I'm sorry. My pronunciation isn't always great. Well, good
That's
evening.
quite
Well, chapter 1's kind of a sad story, to be honest.
I had
not,
heard from our retellings of things, we had heard that your search for new material had led you to... And he looks around at you all as if not sure quite what to make of your ragtag band of religious orders.
Look, there's
Well, they're all great people, you know. They really have the greatest intentions, and they've proven to be very reliable and good friends so far. But they also seem to have a way to somehow attract some more trouble than they seem to be able to handle, me included. So.
Well, you know what they say. There's always something appealing about a strong man who knows how to use a hammer. And he kind of wiggles his eyebrows suggestively at Storm.
Forge just not a man, creature.
No need to be aggressive.
He puts a hand on his heart. "Oh, you wound me. Aren't we all but creatures of this land, though? Sit. I'm sure you're weary. Your echoes and shouts of glorious combat against the structures of the building seemed epic, and I'm sure you can regale me with your daring deeds of swordsmanship."
What is this person's name again?
Escher.
Escher.
Escher?
Escher.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, like the artist.
Sure. Because I know an artist known Escher.
Yes, his name's M.C.S. Escher. He's the one that draws like the staircases going upside down and sideways.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah. No brain.
All right. So how are you?
I must say it has been rather boring. The Lord has decided that I'm no longer part of his favour. Oh, could you imagine? He can puts his hand on his forehead and does the dramatic woman. Oh so would be to me pose before reclining back on his seat and patting it invitingly for Tendri and gesturing at the other couches around for yourselves to sit on.
Can I take a seat on one of the couches and try to look at the book that he was reading and see if I can read the cover of it?
Yes, you can. The book he was reading is the book he was reading is Goats of the Balanock Mountains.
Sounds riveting.
Oh, I know.
Air tries not to laugh.
It's hardly the most entertaining item, but once you've read everything else in the library, you become less picky.
There's a library here?
He looks around at the masses of bookcases that you currently surround to.
We're in a
two of the
library.
four
You
walls.
said that. Wow.
Yes.
Air, I think you,
Good ears, Jasmine.
you should use your eyes a bit more, Air.
Yeah, I really shouldn't.
Well, you've been here. You've been here a very long time, then.
Precisely. I don't need to bore you with my tales, considering it is not very long to be on the telling and very short on the details. But I'm interested in you. He kind of gives Ubo a truly intrigued look. I've never, in all of my time, heard, seen, nor read of a creature such as magnificence and strong as you look to be.
As he's going through this, Ubo is just giving the yeah, hurry it up sort of face.
What, you've never read about dragons?
He's a dragon?
No. But dragons
No,
are much
no.
more magnificent.
My dear.
Oh yeah, don't worry about her.
Dragon-
She's like that.
Dragons are commonplace in many places, but a creature of your own description, I have yet not to make an acquaintance.
Not being far afield outside of the Sword Coast, then.
Before my time beholden to the Dark Lord, I had my fair share of travels, though nothing to the Sword Coast, I must admit.
Well, I'm from Chult, just off the Sword Coast. And by just off, I mean about a week's travel.
He ponders and ponders and ponders. The jungled temperate regions, no?
The very same.
Well,
I am what's known as a turtle.
sadly, as you can probably understand, I won't be seeing much of Chult, though hopefully I can acquire a few tomes.
Well, if you've never been, it is a beautiful sunny country. There is no winter, no autumn, just the rainy season and the dry season.
He rolls up one of his sleeves and goes, "Yes, I think I could work on my tan."
Mm.
And
You
gives
look,
kind of
I
like a
don't know.
crooked-
You look like the type to burn.
He gives a crooked grin. Well, before the white, I was a redhead. He gives Tendri a wink.
Forge is just.
So what keeps you here, Escher? Was it?
Oh, bondage. I'm not permitted to travel much further than the castle, though on the odd occasion when the Lord seems fit to give me something, I'm allowed to go elsewhere, but believe you me, it has been far too long. I have found myself lucky to be able to make it this far, and I entertain myself with tomes that I've managed to secret away into these chambers. Guests, surprisingly, don't come that often.
Yes, I can imagine you're a bit starved for company.
Well, I have company of sorts, but
I stand
she's
by
not
my
the
statement.
She's not the most traveled.
She?
I'm assuming you.
Oh, of course. Irina, perhaps?
No, not
or-
Irina. Gertruda. Did I say that?
Gertruda.
How do you-
Oh, that was me getting the names confused.
Gertruda, yes. She's... And he seems to think for a moment of the nicest way to say this. Endearing.
Yes, I think I understand your meaning. Tell me, is she still one of the living, or has she joined your ranks?
He kind of gives you a hurt look. Not everyone chose to be... He gestures at his fangs. Yes, she
Wasn't
is
an accusation.
of the living. She's currently asleep. And he gestures to one of the closed doors that leads off of this chamber.
Good to know. I'll make a mental note of that for later.
I'm getting a lot of hostility here.
Well, it's not often one, converses with the undead banished from the realm of the sun, specifically the bane of your own deity. So, it's a touch uncomfortable for me. I'm sure you understand.
Believe me, it was a touch uncomfortable when I had my life drained out of me, but I didn't really have much choice in that matter either.
A spawn, then, are you?
Beholden to the Lord, forced to do his bidding. Do this, do that. Always demanding.
Can I roll insight on him?
Certainly.
Just to see if he was unwillingly churned and anything for... Oh, wow, 9.
Well, not everybody is happily turned. There are more people who are unwilling than willing, I would presume.
And may their souls find forgiveness in the Dawnfather's light.
Well, yes. So, as he lounges back in his chair, are you here to sleep or are you here to plunder?
Sleep for now.
Let's just keep it at that. Sleep.
There was a suit of armor in the lobby. Was that Strahd's once upon a time?
The one in the lobby? No, I don't think so. I think that belonged to one of his guards. He was long time ago. Cyrus keeps most of them updated and maintained.
Fair enough.
Strahd had him. The Dark Lord had a far greater level of showmanship, and he does like the dramatic vampire kind of movements.
Mellowed, has he?
Mellowed is one word. He's more melancholic. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to be around someone who broods for 300 days out of a year?
Well,
Believe
What about
me,
the other 65 days?
it's
the other
hard.
65 days he's either eating, sleeping, or fucking.
Oh, okay.
Weirdly regular, to be honest. Consistent, almost.
I mean,
I think he does it. I think he does it to break up the monotony.
can't always do the same, right?
He goes over to one of the books on the bookshelves and pulls it out and flips it open and then hands it to Air to who did we lose?
We
Oh.
lost Robin.
That's Robin. He hands it to Air and says, considering that I have so much time on my hands, this has been one of my most enjoyments, though I'm currently out of paints. And he shows you a lot of cloud drawings and landscape pictures that he's claiming to have made.
I'm sorry,
Can I roll insight on whether he drew them or not?
Sure.
I missed that bit. My internet freaked out and I disconnected me.
It's fine.
Alright.
My insights. That's a 15.
15. I mean, why would he lie?
I don't know.
What benefit would he have? And it does look like it's someone who has painted upon the pages, because you can see where Initially painted on both sides, and it looks awful. And then he's kind of gotten the understanding now he's only doing on one side.
What is the title of the book? If I flip to the cover and look at what book
There's
he's
no
painted
title.
in.
It's a blank book. He's just taken it and painted in it.
Can I take out one of the where is it? I have it in here. The leather-bound book. There was the 3 leather-bound books in the house, the death house, and I took them with me. Can I give him one of the empty ones?
Certainly. He looks a little surprised at your generosity, but quickly takes it, flipping through it to realize it's empty, and goes, more canvas. Thank you.
So that you don't have to paint on the actual books. That's what I was worried when I first saw this.
He gives you that. He gives you that look of mock outrage of how could you?
I know, right? That's what I thought. You say you've read every book in this library?
Pretty much. There's a couple gestures to some of the one or two of the on the table in front of him. I've given up and decided that hey, I've got an eternity, might as well learn something.
Yeah.
There's some information I'm looking for, and I think it might be in a book.
And you leave.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm looking for what the book is called. Could be here. No. Some kids were reading it at the orphanage. It's about Argynvost.
The Silver Dragon.
Yes.
Let me just adjust the stream 1 second now that we've got everyone here.
That was the day that I didn't have my notebook.
Ding. Argynvost. I've heard the children's tales about him. I believe he had some manor on the far side of the valley somewhere, some grand estate that he and his Silver Order held, but I don't recall reading anything about it. I'm going off of...
A manor?
Something like that, yes. It's a manor or an estate or... You know how dragons
on the
can
far
be.
side
All
of the
about
valley?
flash,
There...
all about... Yes.
Oh,
the
I
other
know all
side of
too
it.
well. Is there anything notable on the other side of the valley? Anywhere where he might have the manor?
As I say, I've not been permitted to ever go past Vallaki, so I can't tell you much. Though I remember something about an order of knights in silver and scale fighting against the Lord when he first came to the land. I don't know.
I'm looking for him, so I need to figure out where I can look for him.
If there is such a place, and it still stands, it's not between here and Vallaki. I would recommend looking beyond that. It might be so far as Kresk on the far side, but again, I don't know.
Friends. Okay, thank you.
Quite welcome.
What do you know about hags?
A pertinent question.
What do I know about hags? You mean beyond their beauty?
Do they have any weaknesses?
Silver.
Silver.
Really?
Very good to know.
Good to know.
Most things don't do well with silver. I'm surprised. Tendri, you should know this. You're a traveling bard like myself. He looks sad for a moment.
I have
And then
silver
he
knife.
plasters a smile back on.
It's right here. I just kind of forgot about it. And did you hear what happened? They let me sleep through it. I don't even know what happened with the hags. The books
Oh,
are
yeah.
a bad start, man. Chapter 1 is like the downfall of Tendri.
Well,
I think chapter 1 is harsh lessons brewed strong lessons. Oh wait, no, I just double. I'm not
Hard-
right to hear something
Hard
like that.
lessons learned, Ubo heavy.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
I mean, that's not even rude. That's just true. I am very heavy.
You stood on me. I that's the first thing I remember.
It worked, didn't it? You're awake. You weren't, brutally murdered by hags.
No, that came right after.
You weren't murdered.
Typically speaking,
Real.
things that have resistance to weapons of any kind tend to have that resistance can be overcome by having it magically inclined. So if you've got magic that can be put upon something, then on you go. But beyond that, silver is fairly decent against the Fae. I can remember that from my adventuring times.
Good advice. Thank you very much.
I would appreciate not using silver against me, though.
Don't give me cause to, and I won't.
It's terrible on the fangs. Eating the silverware, ugh. And he picks at his fang playfully.
Air just covers the silver scales on her cheeks and says, "Don't worry."
I'm not so
Throughout
worried
this
about
forge has
yourself,
just
Alan.
been silent.
I'm just gonna
He-
take out my lute and start tuning it.
He looks at the lute as if a child who's been promised a Christmas present for a long time and has never got it, and suddenly you just pull it out and he's looking at it with keen interest.
What's the matter, Escher?
As I say, when one is secluded to certain rooms, one does not get a lot of pleasures gifted to them.
Shall I gift you a song?
I would very gladly provide a song if you would be so kind.
All right, I will play the tunes if you sing the song.
He's kind of meaning, could I play the instrument?
Oh, my bad. Yes, you may touch my most holy possession, my lute, and I give it as if I'm giving a king a sword,
He gently takes it and starts to strum it softly before picking it up into a much more... Where Strahd played the organ in this expansive dark power, an aura of gloom seeping over a horizon, Escher's playstyle is much more uplifting and what you would expect of a high tavern or someone performing on stage in front of a grand reception. He's very, very gifted at it.
Can I
After
join
the
you?
song ends, he hands it back to you with a longing. If only I still had my own.
Well, you always get a new one.
No, my dear boy. The my lute had magical properties embalmed with it so that I could call forth with the music that I could play. It was something that was connected to my soul, and as the very darkly glowering being of light is pointing out, I don't have a soul anymore, so I cannot use it anymore.
Truthfully, I'm not sure if you do still have a soul or if you're just a shell.
He's looking at Forge in that regard.
Oh, sorry, Izzy. My apologies, I just misheard.
No, you're darkly glowering at him as well,
No,
but Forge is
soul has
really
not been allowed to
glowering
fully.
at him.
Forge isn't glare. Forge is just Forge is basically. It's not a death glare, but it's the. Forge is not happy and is in a place where they don't want to be and is increasingly realizing they don't want to be here. Well,
Forge, do you want a drink? I mean,
what's the strong? No, I should not drink while we are here.
all right.
You all hear a clatter and then another clatter, and then another bundle of clatters in quick succession coming from the closed door, and Escher just puts his head in his palm. That
It's him, isn't it?
That woman has the grace of a turnip.
Cling, cling, cling.
With this kind of short rest, Forge is going to start tending to people's wounds. Their own included.
You can take this as a short rest, yeah?
I mean, I'm not going to. I'm just chatting. But so yeah. Plus, I'm uninjured.
Me too.
As-
We're
You
gonna
got
take
lucky.
one rest soon anyway.
As he
Sure.
says that, the door opens
That's fine.
and a woman in her mid-30s steps out in a silken kind of like evening robe above her nightgown, and you can see that one of the arms of her attire is wet, and as she opens the door behind, you can see where a large vase, along with perhaps a pitcher of water, has been knocked over somehow, and that's probably how she splashed it all upon herself.
Tendri lets out a little laugh and like mistrings a string as he's trying to play the lute, like bling, and then tries to play it off cool, like wasn't me.
Gertruda, allow me to make introductions to Tendri and the other people who have yet to give me their names. People who have yet to give me their names and Tendri, this is Gertruda.
Evening,
Ooh.
man. Shall I
Apologies.
introduce
That,
all of you, or do you want to do it yourself this time? And
mm,
try.
sorry about that. I tried.
Hold on, Ubo. Before we start this, let's use this as a trial session. Try to use good mannerism, okay? Because last time it didn't really go well when we met with, Strahd. So try to be polite, okay?
Divine sense.
Okay.
Just treat it as practice in case we
You know,
ever
you'd be
need to face
surprised to
another-
find out that Escher is undead. And
Because
that's it.
Gertrude does not appear to be Fey Fiend or
Damn.
undead. Cool.
No, she's
Yeah.
not.
I will say, apologies, Escher. It appears my manners have been thrown off by being in the castle of one of the most feared undead in history, really. So, Ubo is my name. I do
You
not
know,
have a
I don't
last
really-
name.
I don't really take it too. I don't take it too personally. I mean, I'm not really sure when the last time I asked the skeleton what his name was, so don't worry too much. Though
You
I
can
have
try,
named one
but
of
all
the-
they do is stab you.
I have named one of the zombies Leggy. If you come across it, you'll understand why.
I think I get the idea.
Yes, its legs on upside down. Its foot is where its hip should be.
Oh, I just assumed it was missing.
No, it somehow reattached itself upside down.
That is quite the horrific sight.
I call it Leggy.
I feel a great joke in the making. I need to find this leggy.
A turtle and a zombie walk into a bar, and somehow a leg ends up upside down. Yeah.
Needs work.
It's been a while since I've had anyone to entertain with. You've had me, says Gertruda. He is like, yes, and I've never enjoyed your company. I'm assuming you have heard the voices of our guest. He goes, oh yes, and as she comes over, she manages to trip on the edge of the carpet and flops onto the table, knocking all the books off of it. Then she
How
just
way is she? Can Forge get to her as she falls? Stop her falling.
I'm going to say no, considering you've been.
Can I protect all the books?
Can I jump out of the way, like backward, like whee?
It's not that Forge is a grumpy bastard. It's just that they're currently in a building full of undead and they don't like it.
Gertruda trips and tumbles and sprawls out, and then kind of rapidly tries to gain her feet. Only, while doing that, manages to catch the edge of her robe, and you hear a as one of the pockets rips off. And she's like, "I worked hard, He just starts muttering to himself as he picks up the books. How about we take a seat, Gertruda? And she goes, oh yes, and she sits down. You gather
Well,
this is
Gertruda.
what... You gather this
Yeah.
is what the Escher meant by endearing.
Well, Gertruda, it seems I thought I was. You put me to shame in my movements. That's for sure.
Oh yes, I practice regularly. My mother didn't really let me get out much, but since I've been here, the Lord has been teaching the etiquette lessons. I think they're going really well.
I look at Escher.
Escher is like looking sideways of like, some god, please help me.
Actually, you mentioned God.
Forge just says, as you know, a Meister is the god of endurance as well as justice. It's mercy. And is looking dead at Escher when they say that.
Believe me, I need some divine intervention in my life right now. He kind of like gives a sidelong look at Gertruda, who is completely oblivious and is super happy that she's meeting you guys and is bubbling with enthusiasm and is clearly as if a child who's been told you will wait until someone asks you a question, and she's sitting there like, ask me a question, come on, ask me a question, come on.
And she's 30 years old?
30, yeah.
Can I ask Escher about the song that he played and if he's willing to teach it to me after, everyone's gone to sleep?
Certainly.
All right.
I still haven't introduced myself. My name is... I'm going to look at both Gertruda and Escher, and I'm going to say, my name's Erkione. If you've ever been to Daggerford, I'm sure you've heard the name.
Oh no, oh! And she gets up and curtsies, and as she curtsies, her foot slips out from underneath her, and she like ends up
Please stay seated.
knee planting the carpet, and she kind of ow, rubs her knee, and then kind of, okay, and sits back down again. And Escher is just like putting his hands in his head and going, "One of your gods, give me mercy." No, I've never been out of Barovia. We're not allowed to leave. I've heard that Tendri is allowed to. What's it like out there, Tendri? Escher told me a lot about you. And he's like, I did no such thing. I told her that you were here, and that's all we know.
What does he tell me, Gertrude? What has he said?
Oh, that you're a writer, and that you've got a book, and that you're a performer like he used to be. He won't play for me, though. I told you I don't have an instrument to play. You've always made that excuse. I've seen you leave. He just kind of like gapes at her as if, bitch!
Forge moves from the wall, from where they've been leaning against the wall, death glaring, puts the shield against the wall they just left, and sort of starts doing just starts untying the straps of their arms and does the male dance, which the sort of bend over wiggle to get out of the full length shirt. It is not a very dignified look. There is this is a 6'4" person.
Oh! And Gertrude gets up. I've been taught this, and rushes over to try and help. And it's just like, no! But he's not getting up from his...
Gertrude, shall I play you a song?
Oh, that'd be fantastic! And she just spins round on the spot, nearly stumbles over with how
Sit down.
she spins, and kind of he sits back down.
Forge sort of
All right. Do you need me to roll a performance for this?
Certainly.
All right, hold on. Give me 2 seconds to check the stats. Performance.
To give people a better idea of the male dance,
All right.
if you yoga and the downward facing dog, imagine that, but you're also wiggling side to side like a wet dog, trying to get the male off.
Can I give myself inspiration for this too? Bardic inspiration?
No, you cannot. You can give that to other people. Your bard does not allow you to do that.
I know it was something with that. Alright, 17.
17. She is enraptured by it, and when your song comes to an end, she goes, Escher, how come you don't play that well? And Escher's just like, if he could cry, he probably would be.
Oh,
No,
But
don't
he-
compare me to Escher. This is just a different style of song to his.
Well, it's a better style. You should learn it.
I could teach him later.
That's awfully rude, Gertrude.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh. I'm sorry. She says that to you, Ubo.
No, not to Ubo, to Escher.
She knows what she's doing.
Make an insight.
Okay, I will.
Me or
Both.
Both of us. Insight. Alright, here we go.
12. I'm rolling garbage.
I'm
Bruh,
just trying to figure
hold
out
on.
how it was rude. She doesn't
I
understand.
got a 4 next to a 1. Boom, bitches. My luck is on point as usual.
1 second, I just need to pull the dice out.
What'd you get there, Ubo?
12.
Well, she doesn't know what she's doing. She
16.
she openly apologized to you, and then when you said when Tendri says rude to Escher, she's like, "Ooh," and that kind of. You gather that living for 30 years with only her mother to interact with might have had some harsh effects, and suddenly Strahd's words have an entirely different meaning about helping people.
So, Gertrude, I actually met your mother recently.
Oh. And her exuberance very quickly saps away. I see.
If I may be so bold, what was your relationship like with her?
I don't really know the word, but not good. I didn't like
was
her
told.
much.
I was told she stopped you from leaving the house at all.
Yes. Never allowed
The
it.
word is abusive.
What reason did she give?
Does it matter?
Call it a curiosity, Forge. I just want to
The
confirm.
clouds might come and get me, or that the burgomaster was jealous of my beauty, or that I was too precious, and that flowers
I understand.
bloom best in the dark. Do they? I don't think they do.
No.
Escher's
No,
been
that-
telling me
that-
they don't.
Only
No.
night-scented stock. They're a very specific kind of flower. That's the only one I know of.
Hold on. And she's like, there was one type of thing. There was like a shroom, right? There was a shroom. You can make a shroom in the dark, Escher. And she's like, mushroom. I told you, it's a mushroom. No, it doesn't have much room. It's small.
Mushroom.
god.
There was when she says that, there was a moment of slack-jawed awe from Ubo, and then he quickly and then like because Ubo is not a very personal person, just kind of goes, really?
It's a
Can I
it's a
cantrip?
mushroom.
Can I cantrip
Miss
minor illusion a bunch of
Gertrude.
mushrooms with the word mushroom above it?
You
Can I?
creates them atop the tabletop where the books were, and she's like, "Woo!" And she leans
Can
forward
I
and tries
minor
to grab
illusion
one,
to
and
use
her
the
hand just
mushroom
goes
to
through
mushroom?
it. So
What?
as she like reaches forward, she grabs hold of it, but she's expecting to be able to grab something solid, so she ends up kind of stumbling, like slapping her hand down the table.
They're not real, Gertrude. They're magic. And I snap my fingers and they disappear.
Ah, do it again.
Also,
And I
Broadly
snap my
speaking-
fingers and a whole bunch of flowers, like a very beautiful bouquet of flowers arrives on the table.
Escher's giving you the. I used to be able to do that kind of pouty look.
I look at him and I go, oops, and I snap my finger again and it disappears again.
No, by all means, show off. All
Well,
I can
I
do is
don't have
climb on the
much-
ceiling.
Can you?
Yes.
Okay,
Do
show
it.
me.
It like goes over to the wall. It goes over to the wall and just starts like, and just crawls up it and goes up in the ceiling and then stands there. his
Neat.
long hair dangling down, like arms
Whoa.
folded.
How tall
I'm
is
like-
the ceiling?
I'm
20 feet.
sketching him in my book, real quick. In my book, I'm sketching him.
Yeah,
Can
he
you
can
turn
do
into a
that, but the
bat?
Dark Lord can do it better.
How can you
This
stand on the
responds
ceiling
with-
better?
Well, he can do
Forge
it, and he
just
can like
responds
just
with-
appear there. He has to walk up the wall.
Forge just responds
But
as well
can
by
you do
showing
that
off.
though, Gertruda?
No.
Sorry, Forge was
That's what I
talking.
thought. Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead, Forge.
Forge just goes, Can you fly, though? No, dear Escher. Mr. Escher. Sorry, Mr. Escher.
That gift was decided that I did not deserve it because I did not immediately bend the knee when he attacked my adventure party. He climbs back down the wall.
Well,
were an
that's still very neat.
You were an adventurer like us.
Why do you think I'm trying to be helpful?
Forgive me, my prior tone was inappropriate, I am sorry.
It's quite alright.
I told
As I
you.
said, zombies don't tend to be the friendliest lot.
So you lost your magical abilities was turned then. You used to be a bard?
Precisely. I was a great performer. I had loot that was greatly enchanted by the lord of my land. It was a gift from another campaign that he did, and after slaying some form of demon, I think it was a Balgura, big ape, very very angry. You mean managed to kill one of them? Got this very prized loot. It was ivory and mahogany combined, and even though there was no chamber to enhance the music, the song would fill any chamber regardless of its size. It was a marvelous thing, and well, just my luck that one time you come traipsing through a valley heading towards a big city, or something foggy too many years ago now, and then suddenly, ooh, I'm in the land of undead, and suddenly, ooh, you're going to become one, and I'm like, no, I'm not, and then I wake up the next morning and go, oh, apparently I am.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm afraid I don't know how to undo what has been done to you. Least of all
It is
here,
not
but
it's not undoable. It is what I am, and I have been forbidden to lay upon my own sword. So, can't even do that. So, make the best of it. Trying to teach etiquette to... He stops himself because he doesn't have a kind word to say.
So, to those who have not been granted leave from Eve to
well,
see the world as we have.
As far as I'm aware, Barovians aren't allowed to leave the mist, keep them trapped, though the Vistani have a limited ability to travel in and out of the plains. That's why the stories, and as they travel around the land, Strahd has gained information from various pieces and places. That's how he knows a little bit about him. That's how I know a little bit about him. He is of the line of Vistani, though his parentage settled down and found themselves landed. I dare say the land of a farmhand was not really in the cards for you, Tendri. Much more of a wanderlust, want to see the world.
Wait, addressing me there?
Yes.
I thought I heard my name. I'm sorry,
Yes,
one moment,
I
I
was
just
typing.
checked if this is urgent.
I was typing with Rachel about that she was heading out. She sent me a
Okay.
message. So,
He was saying that
She-
with your parents having settled down and become landed, that the Vistani blood within your veins probably has left you to wanderlust and has allowed you to become travelling and explore the world in seek of adventure, knowledge, and song, much like I did.
yeah,
I was not.
I feel like we are very kinship in that like.
I have no Vistani in me, unfortunately. I came to performing as a means to feed myself, and from that it grew from there. You have different abilities and different gifts.
I do.
Sorry about that.
I mean, I
So
don't know much
curiously-
about my family, but
Dude, So you're telling me you've never noticed a time when a performer has slighted you and you've wished them just that little bit of inconvenience when they're playing and suddenly their ability to play has dropped slightly? Or perhaps that when you've given someone a real foul look, they've shivered and recoiled from it? Or perhaps even your words, when you mock people, they give them that level of... It seems to wound them mentally as much as physically? You don't recognize any of these traits?
Well, yes, I have some tricks up my sleeve. I never really knew where they originated from, though.
Well, my dear boy, that is your Vistani heritage. And with that, Tendri, you will learn a few things and I will share them over the break.
Alright.
The curtain has been
Ooh.
pulled back from your mind, and as if a new unknown tapestry has been revealed to you.
So,
I have a query I'm curious about, Escher.
Yes.
Well, first things first, I presume the good Lord Strahd knows everything that is said within his domain, or at least within his castle.
No, he is not omnipotent. He's not omniscient. He just has informants and spies everywhere. Technically speaking, I will have to inform him of what has been said here, but I can inform him of what, in general terms, what has been said, not the exact words. He's not so interested in having me dictate the exact conversation. Plus, I think that'd probably be beyond my means, considering how endearing our conversation has been.
Well, in that case, you've been here. You've been in Barovia how many years? Rough guess. It's hard to tell, I know.
I've seen 4 generations of people. I don't really know years. The weather doesn't change much, and the sun doesn't tell you much either, so we don't even have a moon.
Have you heard anything of a celestial being in Barovia?
Yes.
Which one?
And he gives you that look of like, you must ask a different question.
Okay. So, JC, the person I'm looking for, I don't know anything really about them, do I?
Not entirely. Escher is giving you the indication that he knows something. You just have to ask the right questions.
there is another celestial upon this plane.
Yes.
Maybe.
Blood?
Okay.
Yes.
If a man were to be looking for them, where shouldn't he look?
He gives a smile. He shouldn't look anywhere but for high places above other civilizations.
I'm gonna write that down. But above high places.
But high places above other civilizations. Is the other... Forge is oblivious to all of this. Is the other... Is it a full-blooded celestial? Or a half-blood like myself?
Are you asking that of Escher or Ubu?
Forge is asking that of Escher.
I cannot say.
Forge nods.
I thank you very much.
No action
very
of
helpful.
mine can lead anyone not of the land to see beyond the veil into which secrets pertaining to the Lord's machinations, desires, and deeds may upon which be inferred back to the Lord, and thus my silence be kept.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I got all that.
Comment break. Never mind.
Well, I thank you for trying anyway, even though you were unable to help me.
If
Think. Is
If I
that...
could ask you for a couple of books when you leave, that'd be fantastic.
Oh, yes. On a related note, I have this treatise on the on philosophy, and you remember that book I pulled from the church?
Mhm.
I got the two, the Hymns of Dawn, and there was another one.
Yes.
I forget what it's called.
I know the other book, yes.
What's it called again? It was some dry sounding title to Ubo, so it sounded like he'd like.
I would have to look it up. It's been so long.
The
The
specifics don't matter, but I'll just put that on the table.
He goes to reach for it, and it's as if his hand burns as he gets close to it. Not that one then.
Oh, is that? Oh, I'm sorry.
I have the
You
first
see his
edition
hand is
poetry
kind of
book.
like a bit. His hands are a bit ashy, and then you see it begin to regenerate. The joys of undead.
if one were to study Strahd, what books would one not read?
There are so many books in the world.
He
That's such a hard question to answer.
looks. He squints his eyes as if trying to figure out a way to get around that. One would not want to read without standing. No. And he's. Can you ask me that again? Do you mind asking me that question again?
Forges just looks at the others and goes, anyone got better phrasing for that than me?
If we don't want to learn about
I like this
Strahd,
game.
what book should we not read?
Oh, I like this game. Escher, what is yellow and sunny but isn't actually from the sun?
That's that's not what we're trying to.
I forgot you were here.
A sunflower. She goes, "Aw, how come you're good at this?" I'm not allowed to ask or say any god's name, but if someone wouldn't mind asking for me, help.
I want to say, life and to give us strength.
Just Ilmater watch over your endurance and grant you peace. Jasmine Air said, sorry, what was the way you phrased there?
I said if we don't want to learn about Strahd, what book should we not read?
If you were to not read about Strahd, then you wouldn't. He tries to think of it, and he has a brainwave. If I were to not read a book about air, I wouldn't read her diary.
I don't keep a diary. I don't need to. My brain is strong enough.
Sure.
Not the.
Allow me to rephrase this. If I wouldn't want to not learn about air, then I wouldn't look in her not diary.
Okay, that's much better. Thank you.
Pretty sure I said that. Did I not say that?
You did,
You said
yes.
If you weren't to go
I think
looking
it was-
for such a book, Where would we avoid? Where would we be best avoiding to avoid running into such a book?
That, no matter which way you word it, I cannot say.
It would either be in a study or a bedchamber, right?
Shrug. Mm.
I'm gonna go back to bed. This is boring. I'm really tired.
Okay, goodbye.
Escher said he wanted
Gertruda,
4 books to read, right?
Gertruda. Escher kind of like looked at the woman. I understand that you're keen on doing as much as you can with your new abilities to do with what you wish to do with them, but that does not mean that all chances must be taken to say exactly what shouldn't be said or should be said. She looks at him for a long moment. Go back to bed. I'll be here in the morning. His face looks like he's just eaten a slug.
He said he wanted more books to read, right?
Yes, he did. Gertruda gets up, goes into her room, the door shuts, and you hear another clang, and she goes, "Oh!" Sure, just, why me? Why?
Wow. She sure is a person
It's my
with traits.
punishment.
She is not a punishment. She is a woman confined to a room that was perhaps at most 12 feet by 12 feet.
No.
I would suggest.
My being forced to be in her company is my punishment.
What?
That I wish I knew. I've fallen out of the favour of the Lord. Not that I was much in it, but I think he's gotten bored because I do not have any more tales to tell him. I pointed out that I could not get any more tales if I was not allowed to go out and get them. He then said that I was trying to subvert his will and I was to be locked within a certain section of the castle. And thus I am here. And just so happens that this certain section of the castle happens to be where the lady has been placed. So now I am to teach her in all ways to become a lady. It's a good thing I've got a lifetime to do it.
She wouldn't, such a child, such as she who has been bound so for so long, will not adjust as any other who has not been bound.
Forgive me for saying this, but I'm also here being bound, and you don't see me being like her.
You were not
cast
bound.
the finger in her direction.
I will at least give. I think my good friend here's point is you're bound here, yes, but you had a life beforehand. She does not. She did not. She had one person to interact with for her entire
Allow me
life.
to gripe, would you? Jeez. I'm a little bit sore about all this.
Understandable. But
Well,
truthfully, I don't think she'd even notice if you insulted her.
Probably not. But I'm not allowed to insult her.
Well, you couldn't make too many. She does seem not to have the most biting of wits.
No, she does not. I do feel for her. I do. Don't get me wrong. But it's just frustrating when... Let's face it, babysitters normally get paid. Shouldn't they? Someone should get paid for doing a job. I'm not getting paid.
Yes.
I'm not even getting blood. I'm hungry. I'm not even allowed to eat.
Don't look at me.
I'm not looking at any of you. I'm not allowed to.
Oh.
Yeah, part of the punishment. There she is, a tempting steak with legs. I'm not allowed to bite her. I wouldn't want to, but the fact is, I'm not allowed to.
I get it.
They've been
My sympathies.
Animals.
Tell me, I don't know I only know somewhat about the nature of the vampire's curse. If Strahd were to disappear, what happens to you?
Not entirely sure. Again, I'm not allowed to not know. If it happens, it happens, frankly. I hope it doesn't. I hope there is something I can do about this. I'd like to think of myself as a fairly decent sort, even for a fanged monstrosity that I have become. But we all have a bad start in life. We can't dwell on it. Need to make the best of it. New adventures to be made. Maybe I'll go in the Underdark and find myself a nice drow to...
Plain dry.
I'm sorry. I couldn't even think of that. That's just horrible.
No, well, I'll pray for you at least, Escher.
And if you wish to find into the next life, then
If you try, then I am not myself. That is my warning.
I would not seek
What?
to do so against your will.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
I'm
You
afraid
would
I'm
have
not
to
allowed to
fight
say
us.
how to help to make you understand.
If we tried to kill him, he would have to fight us.
He gestures
okay.
towards Forge.
He has no choice in the matter. If he wanted, he is not allowed. He has been, I would guess. Forgive me, I know very little of the bond on between a vampire and that between in the sire and the child. But I would suggest he has been forbidden to kill himself and that the bind is somehow magically enforced.
Gestures again at Forge.
And I would suggest that is because Strahd enjoys tormenting individuals.
Such as he and such as us.
Mm-hmm.
Let me guess. Drawbridge is up.
Oh, yes.
You ain't getting out until you
that
make that go down.
nearly killed me.
Actually,
Tell
no,
me
he doesn't
what?
say that. He doesn't say that.
Yeah, because he wouldn't be able to, but I already do that.
Yeah. No.
Escher,
Yeah, he wouldn't be allowed to say that.
Did you believe it? The drawbridge
say that.
nearly killed me, man.
The what, sorry?
The drawbridge nearly killed me. We were passing over it, and suddenly the plank I stood on it just disappeared.
Bro,
He kind of
the
looks
drawbridge is
around
partially
at the...
rotten.
He looks around at the faded decor, the carpet, which had once upon a time a pattern in it, but that pattern is now worn out, and a few of the empty places where other decorative items should be. Yeah, I wonder why.
Who could say? Who among
Who could
us?
say? Who among us would permit
Well, actually,
such?
you could say, I can't. He gives a big smile at that. Again,
One wonders
let's not
why.
bring the Lord's name into disrepute.
One wonders why the Lord does not use. One assumes he is, in addition to his more bloodthirsty nature, a necromancer of some capability.
I don't know if it's... Damn it. Can't say that either. It's alright.
This conversation is pretty hard on you, man.
No kidding.
Can you
I'm getting a headache.
hang on? I have a spell that might help you.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, no, it would only help me explain things to you. I can't take a mind string out of your mind unless you were the one casting the spell.
Hold on. And
Start
as I
thinking
say,
about-
hold on, I clap my hands together, whistle a little tune, and I detect thought.
His eyes widen in panic, and we're going to need to roll initiative.
Oh fuck! Shit!
And I think that's probably a good point where we're going to go on break because that is pretty much us at half time. So let's see what happens next as certain compulsions get triggered. But
Forgot about that.
it's quite alright. Be sure to come back in about 5 or 6 minutes. We're returning just after the half-hour mark. So be sure to come back and see what happens with Escher in this debacle and see what other things can be revealed. So, bye for a moment.
I'm sorry.
And welcome back. So, as we left off, Escher, the forcibly turned bard, now vampire spawn, was engaging the party in fairly pleasant conversation. I think most people were enjoying what was going on. However, unbeknownst to anybody, Escher was under the compulsion that if any spell were to be cast upon him, he must attack and defend himself. And thus initiative was rolled. So we're going to call out initiative. So can I get initiative count 25 to 20?
20.
Okay, so 20 for Air.
I'm keeping track of it, JC.
Yep, thank you. 20 to 15.
18.
16.
Escher got a 15.
We just went on Forge.
And Forge, what did you get for your initiative?
Which is not
He's
here.
Yeah,
Oh. Is
he's
Forge
muted
not there?
though.
Oh, right.
He is muted.
I was going to say...
You're still muted.
They are muted.
Sorry, I meant to unmute. It did not go well. Initiative 9.
9, okay.
He's good.
Again, to those who are watching, apologies about the battle map. This is the map officially from the module, and it's quite difficult to use as a battle map. We may be trying it, we may not be trying it. Don't know. Well, I'm comfortable doing this in theatre of the mind, considering, well, let's face it, what's going on.
Plus my AC is shite.
So, at the top of the initiative, as Tendri goes, hang on a second, hamana, points at Escher, you see the flash of whatever. Is it a saving throw he needs to make for your spell, Tendri?
Oh shit! I should have
Actually-
real quick. Let me...
I know the spell. Technically, it's not cast on Escher.
No, it's
it's-
cast in general, and then I focus in on a creature
Yeah.
if I choose to. I get like a few people in the room. I think I can get the general thoughts from, but I
Would
can
it then gone off then, if it's not technically cast on him?
It's already happened, so I'm assuming yes. JC?
I'm opening it now, so I just need to find it. Oh. There it is.
Yeah, I'm probably going to say
You
that
can read
that,
it.
because the second he would be targeted by it, or became aware that he was the recipient
Yeah.
of a spell, the compulsion takes place. It's the same. It's like there's...
Yeah,
Strahd
you would
be
have to
dumb when
make
it
like
comes to this
I
regard.
think you would have to make a wisdom saving throw to see if.
Okay,
But since I
wisdom
did it,
saving throw?
Surface thoughts is no save. Wisdom saving throws if you immediately dig deeper. Which, it sounded like you were going to, because what were you looking for, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, he rolled a 19, so as you
He's
cast
safe.
the spell and as his panicky thoughts come at you, you realise, oh shit, this has not gone well, and we go from the start of initiative. Surprisingly, Air, you were aware of other people's emotional states and cared enough to act. So
Shocked.
What's
you,
happening to me? Oh no.
so you have the first in the initiative.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out one of Everest's feathers, and I'm gonna just leaning close to what's his name, Escher, and I'm gonna like tickle his chin and cast Tasha's hideous laughter on him.
Okay. What kind of save do I make, and what is the number I need to beat?
Let me check. It is a wizard spell, so you need to beat 14, and
A 14
is-
save.
a wisdom save. Let's fail.
Well, that is. I think that's a 2.
Yeah, it's a 2. I don't think they've got a plus 14.
Nope. He fails, and
He's
what
laughing.
joke would you tell him to make him laugh?
I'm not good at jokes. I say, why couldn't the two fruits get married? They can't elope.
But
He looks at you with that. That's the joke, really? As he falls over, falls and slides out of the chair to lie on the floor, chortling heavily, clutching his sides. Anything else?
Guys, you might want to like restrain him.
That might no.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Please say who goes next.
Next is
Your
Tendri.
turn.
All right. Next up, it's me. I'm going to
The spell.
uh,
And the spell.
look like my face goes, oh shit, I just fucked up, as I jump off from my seat and like try to back up, and while I back up I go, hold on, Escher, your nose is really crooked, you look kind of ugly right now, and I cast vicious mockery on it.
Why?
Okay.
Don't attack him!
Make a wisdom saving throw. That is an 18 on the die, so I think it passes.
Thankfully.
I'm gonna die.
Is that your turn, Tendri?
That's my turn. Next
Out
up
of
is
curiosity, Jasmine. Tasha, does he get to save when he's attacked or when a spell's cast upon him, or is it just at the start of his turn?
I'm checking now. I have it written down, so don't worry. It says at the end of each of its turn, and each time it takes damage, it can make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay, but no one else knows.
The target has advantage on the saving throw if it's triggered by damage. So if we hit him, if we hit him, he has advantage on succeeding the wisdom save.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Alrighty. That's the end of Tendri's turn. Who was next there?
whoa.
Oh dear, no. And I will step in front of Tendri, and I will cast Protection from Good and Evil on Tendri. And I will just turn and say, oh, none of that. We're not attacking you. We apologize for the misstep. We are not fighting you. That's my turn. Escher is up next.
Escher. So is it the start of his turn or the end of his turn?
Jasmine? The saving throw is at the start of his turn
Yeah.
or the end of his turn?
Jasmine, you're muted.
And I know, I'm in the kitchen making food.
Okay.
So at the end of
I
his...
had to look.
Okay, so with his eyes watering from perhaps not laughter but anguish, he seems to try and clamp his jaws tight shut, but it is not working, and from his mouth spills Sisters of the Night attack. And at the end of his turn, he makes a wisdom saving throw.
He can't say anything.
Does it say that he cannot speak?
A creature of your choice that you can see within
Falls
range.
into becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up. Oh, I guess he could speak. It depends on what the definition of incapacitated is.
Cannot take take actions or reactions.
Is speaking an action?
It is not.
Speaking is a free action. So, at the end of his turn, he makes a save. Natural 20. He breaks free of the compulsion. And that is the end of his turn, though, so he's still prone, but that is the end of his turn. And he looks loathingly at nothing. Just a look of loathing on his features. I'm afraid I don't actually know who goes next. I believe it is Forge, though.
Tendri, whatever you did, stop doing it. Forge is going over the back of the sofa, pulling out their warhammer and grabbing their shield up so that they have an AC of 11. Why did I take my armor off?
On initiative count 6, for I rolled initiative for creatures that you were unaware of their lurkingness. Whomever it was that oops, where'd it go? That one. Whomever it was that Escher called out for act, and you hear footsteps suddenly drop through from where Gertruda's room was. You hear a squeal of surprise and panic before the door is flung open, and 3 gaunt women in long, tattered black robes come rushing out and look around. They see the scene with Escher on the floor, Tendri backing up, Air with a feather in hand, pointing it towards Escher, Ubo taking a protective stance, and Forge grabbing shield and hammer, and they will take their turns. So, the first one is going to cast Sleep, and they're going to try and target the ones closest to Escher, so that would be Air. I'm going to say it's just Air, so how much HP do you have, Air?
What did you say, sorry?
How much HP do you have?
$35.
Oh, you jammy! You jammy! It rolled 34. So the spell washes over you, and you stumble, almost going prone, hands and knees, before shaking your head and managing to right yourself. But that was close. You felt this powerful wave of sleep magic wash over you. That one curses, so the other ones are going to do something different, considering they thought you would be the scrawniest and weakest. The other ones are going to I need one of them is going to target Faye, because she's technically here, so I get her quote-unquote out of the combat. With a spell, I'm going to say she fails and she falls over laughing hysterically. So that, The other one is then going to target Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Ubo, can you make a wisdom saving throw?
Absolutely. Boop. 24.
24. The woman curses in annoyance, and the spell has no effect, though she too pulled out a black feather and pointed it at you. That is the end of their turns. They fan out a little bit so that they're not clustered around the doorframe. You hear Gertruda begin to scream in the background, but there are now 4 effective combatants in the room. Back to the top with Air.
God, I'm going to just hold my hands up, and I'm gonna say it's an honest mistake. He wasn't laughing at my jokes. I thought it'd be funny if I made him laugh, but I didn't know this would happen. Please, we're not here to fight.
Is that all you do?
It. End of turn. Yep.
Okay.
Tendri up next.
Thank you.
My bad, I was muted. I couldn't get to the mute, but unmute that. Anyway, I'm going to, run away as far as I can, let out a little yelp, and then go, it was a mistake, and it was an honest mistake. I didn't mean to. We had a deal, right? I'm sorry. Please call them off.
Oh. End spell.
I ended the spell.
You didn't say so we didn't know that.
I'm sorry. Well, you know now.
Do you hold an action, or?
Can I hold a dodge action?
You probably better just to take the dodge action, because there's no point in holding it.
That means I will try to dodge if someone tries to hit me, right?
Yes, correct. I should also say,
I'll do that.
Do you want to hold an action or take the dodge?
I'll take the dodge.
Okay, you both take the dodge.
The dodge! And then after me, it is Ubo. Hold on, let me check for certainty. Yeah, Ubo.
Is Escher able to talk now?
He is, yes.
Escher, could we surrender to you?
I can't stop. Get out or fight.
Okay. I look at the three to my left. Are they clustered up?
No, they deliberately moved. Like one standing in the doorway, but the other two can like gone to either side of the doorway. The room's about 50 feet square, well, like 50-foot rectangle, like 30-foot wide. It's a fairly big room considering it's connecting to quite a few different bed chambers. But this one that the Gertruda was in is the one that they came out of.
How far away? Sorry, how far away exactly are they apart from each other?
Probably it's if you're doing like burning hands, you could probably catch two of them. But beyond
That was precisely, yeah.
You probably catch like the central one and one on the left, or the central one and one on the right. Couldn't catch all three though.
I will say fighting retreat. Anyone? Remember the gargoyles downstairs though. And I will cast burning hands, and I'll move towards the stairs.
Okay.
I don't remember this.
They need to make dexterity saving throws.
Dexterity saving throws DC 14.
Okay. The first one is that's a 9 on the die. Whoops, easy. 9 on the die and a 17 on the die. So I'm going to check what their save is. Don't think the first one makes
That's
it.
probably a pass and a fail. I don't know what their stats are, but like just probably at this level.
Yeah, it's a pass and a fail.
So that's 15 or I guess 14 halved. 14? 7 halved.
Okay, so 15. The one that's standing in the center of the doorway kind of like puts her hands out as a bearing at you, and she gets it full bore in the face. And when it comes back, she's not doing well. She's really not looking good. The one on the other side, though, the one that was moving, tucked behind one of the sofas, the sofa catches a brunt of it, and as she pops up, she's putting out her hat, like patting it out, then glares at you malevolently.
I stare impassively. And then I have my turn. Next up is Escher.
Okay. Escher uses half his movement to get up, and Air, you're probably the one closest to him. So he's going to have to come after you. He
I'm ready.
lunges towards you. Wait, what? Vampire spellcasting. Oh, weaknesses. Sorry, my eyes there. He's going to lunge at you with the first attack.
Dodge.
That is a 2 on the die, so it's at disadvantage. As you say, it's disadvantage. So that's a 2. The second attack is a 5. So a 5 on the die. So as he lunges at you, you can see there's a stiffness to his joints as if he's resisting whatever compulsion he's put under. That combined with your as you bat at him with a shield is enough to block him from doing anything. But he is looking at you hungrily. That's the end of Escher's turn, bringing it to Forge.
Forge just says, then we run. And in Ilmater's name, turn! And I will cast Channel Divinity, turn undead. All
Okay.
undead within 30 feet of me need to make a wisdom saving throw.
That would be Escher, and only Escher. That is a 19 on the die.
F.
Fuck.
So, unfortunately,
Wait, Escher, why?
as you attempt to call upon Illuminor's might and compel these creatures, it seems that Strahd is the greater power in this domain, and his hold over Escher is forcing him to stay.
Fuck.
So I will say that the room that you are in, you know there is a bit of a hallway behind you, and in that hallway is a portrait of Strahd on the wall above the hearth, and then in front of the hearth there is a large rug that you'd have to kind of travel across before getting to the stairwell that leads down. There's also stairs that go up.
I'm going to grab. Can I grab my male shirt from the shirt of my male from the floor and sling it over his shoulder as I retreat back
Certainly. How far do you
towards the
move?
door? I am going to move about. Oh wait, crap. Yeah, you're still right next to Escher, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm first initiative, so.
Okay. Forge is going to move back about 15 feet to the male and just sort of sweep it up onto a shoulder.
Okay. Can you roll a D100 for me, please?
Oh no.
Please, dice gods high. No low. I mean low.
48.
48. Okay, you come to a halt in the kind of foyer room off the stairs and come to a halt watching into the room, and you can see whatever's going on in there.
Okay.
I believe that brings it back to the Sisters of the
Sisters.
Night. So they cackle and say, "You cannot run!" And one of them will target you with a ray of frost.
Who's you?
Forge. It's
Okay.
a 15, and I believe without your armor, that's going to
Without
hit.
my armor, that hits. Ow.
That's just a straight D8. So you take 5 points of cold, and your speed is reduced by 10 feet.
How much cold damage?
5 points.
Oh.
The one who was rather hurt snaps her fingers and disappears. And the final one is going to point a finger at. She's going to point a finger at Air this time, and she's going to. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please, Air.
Trying to make me laugh?
Yep.
The only funny thing in this room is your ugly mug.
What'd you get?
That's a 17.
17. That is a success, and she hisses an annoyance and then moves around to get. So this is the one that's taken some the one that took some fire damage. What would it be? Yeah, this is the one that's took some fire damage. So what she does is she what does she do actually? So the one that cast the ray of frost on Forge moves into the doorway to try and block it. The one that was very badly burnt goes invisible, and then the final one moves onto the other side of the room near the windows, and she seems to be readying to cast another spell. That brings it back to the top with Air.
Right, I'm going to take out my first edition poetry book, and I'm going to put it on the table so that Escher can have it when all of this is over, because he said he wanted more books. And I'll look at him and I'll say, "That's for you." And then I'm going to start leaving. I think that means I get an attack of opportunity.
Yes, Escher is compelled
And
to attack
does it-
opportunity.
Does it cost my action to put the book on the table?
I'd say that's probably your bonus action, because you just reach in, plop it down, and go, "There's for you," and then you turn and make a dash for it. You're no longer dodging, and that is a 16 on the die.
Yeah.
What is your
probably
armor
hits
class?
My AC is 18.
AC of 18? Yeah, that's going to hit. He grapples you.
Grapples me.
Yep. He wraps an arm around you and says, I'm sorry, I can't let you leave."
JC,
Never been hugged like this before.
JC, have you changed that ruling? Just for clarity's sake.
We did.
I'm asking, have you? Because grapple attacks are contested athletics normally.
for the vampire, they can change one of their attacks, and if the attack hits, the target is grappled.
That's fine. I wasn't sure. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
I have my action left, so can I try to push him off of me? Can I like shoot a spell at him? Actually, I don't want to do that. Actually, yeah. Can I use my breath at him since I don't have arms and legs? Can I just breathe down at him and say I'm sorry?
Only one of which can be by attack. Bite. Claws. Yeah, they can grapple the target, and it's got an escape DC, so they become grappled. It's not they can attempt to grapple, so they become grappled. Yes, you can use your breath weapon on him if you so wish.
Will it make it easier for me to push him off, or I can't do both at the same time, can I?
You can use your action to try and escape, or you can use your breath weapon on him. You can use your action to attack.
I'm gonna try to escape.
Okay. It would be either athletics or acrobatics.
Acrobatics, they're both the same, I think. That is a 9. I don't think I get loose.
9. You struggle and wiggle, but his undead nature is too strong, and even though it is probably hurting him a little bit to grapple you in this such fierceness, he is compelled to hold on to you.
Is he gonna bite me? Please don't bite me. Somebody help me.
Is that the end of your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, it's my turn now. Am I still close enough to them to reach them?
Yeah, you're still within the room.
Good.
You're
Okay.
probably about 15 feet away from Escher, 15 feet away from the one that's kind of like circled around you, and then probably about 30 feet away from the one on the other side. The one invisible, no idea.
Man, like, the one person in chat is just chanting bite her.
Builder, shh.
Right. I will run towards Air and Escher, and I will yell, "Air, you can do anything! I really believe in you!" And I will bonus action Bardic Inspiration her, and then I will use my action to try and remove Escher's grapple.
Yes, you
Can
can
I
do
do
that. Roll in athletics or acrobatics.
Alright, hold on. Athletics, acrobatics. These are my finest skills. Don't worry about it. I am great at this. 8.
8. You run up and in Gertruda-like fashion tumble and grab hold of his arm and are like dangling off of his elbow, tugging on it futilely, using your own weight to like try and pull the arm off, but unfortunately...
Don't worry, Air, I got this!
Escher is too strong for your attempts.
Come on, Air! Let's go!
I can do it!
That's the end of my turn, and after me, Ubo goes.
Okay. How far am I away from Air and all that lot, that tangled mess?
The tangled mess of them is probably about 10 feet from you.
I step over. I will like to just grab Air by the back and shove with my free hand onto Escher's chest as I attempt to break her out of the grapple.
Okay, that would be an athletics or acrobatics.
That is a fail.
Oh no!
It would seem that in each of your own reluctances to deal damage to one another, that your heart is not in it, and even though your large frame pushes with your weight, unfortunately it is somewhat hampered by the fact there is now 4 people occupying a 10-foot space.
Oh my god, he's gonna bite me.
Surprisingly large space, actually, but yeah, fair enough.
Turn on.
I don't have it. Used it in the fight earlier.
Cleric.
Used it earlier today.
Oh yeah.
I have to wait until my turn again.
Yeah. That's all I can realistically do. I don't think I have a bonus. Well, I do have bonus actions, but I don't want to waste the spell slots until I have to. So I am done. Next up is the vampire. It's nibble time.
It is nibble time. Unfortunately,
No.
he reaches in to bite you. You are grappled. You're not restrained. You're just grappled. So, actually, let me double check that because I just have a sneaky
Don't
suspicion
check
there
it.
might be
Let me do
something. Let me check.
Nat
Piercing
one, nat
damage.
one, nat one,
One.
nat one, nat
One
one.
willing that is incapacitated or restrained.
Yeah.
Weaknesses, pyroclimb, rejuvenation. So yes, he goes to bite you
On the roll of a 4.
with a 4. He has a second one. And a 3. Clearly, Escher himself does not want to bite you, and he's like, "Move! Get going!" And he bites twice at the air, ineffectually. Yeah, that's Escher's turn, though he still maintains the hold upon you. That is the end of my turn, bringing it to Forge. Forge, what is your passive perception?
My passive perception is 12.
12. Okay.
I'm about to get shanked in the back.
Maybe. Say nothing. I say nothing. Go ahead and take your turn.
Forge will will move 20 feet back towards the fight,
Okay.
and everyone who's... Unfortunately, I have no ranged weapons, and I don't think I'm able to get back into...
You can
range.
get up to the one that is the one that casts the spell upon you, the one that's in the doorframe. You can get to her.
Cool! Hi. I really don't I really don't appreciate 8th Chell. So why don't you just sit down? Thump!
Roll to hit.
Plus 13?
13. I'm going to need to check that because you might have just done it or you might have just missed it. I think that's just hit. You hit.
Cool! Eat Warhammer and Divine Smite.
Oh, you're smiting it. Okay.
Get fucked.
Fuck off.
Smite.
So 2d8, 3d8, plus my strength, which leads to total damage of... Oh, for fuck's sake, I rolled really poorly there. So, 8 plus 3, 11. So 11 bludgeoning and 4 points of radiant.
So
for a total of 15.
While you have never really had to deal with a peasant's uprising, you do, however, get the impression that that sort of blow would have normally destroyed a peasant. Clearly, this person has a little bit more vitality in them than the peasants, though they stagger greatly to the floor and then can, wrench their shoulder, trying to get it to go back in place, but it's not that arm is not going to be doing well for the rest of their lifetime.
I mean, what does that what does 6 seconds matter, really?
Is that the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, then. On initiative count 6.
I think I'm blocking...
You are, yes. However, so the one that is invisible pops out of nowhere and gets an attack of opportunity. Attack with advantage against Forge. So that is a 19 on the dice. That's going to hit. Mm-hmm. You take 3 points of cold damage, and your speed is still reduced by 10 feet. The one that is in the grasp of Forge is going to cast Sleep on the collective all around Escher. She's going to do that at 2nd level, so that's 7d8. So that's going to be the lowest hit points between Ubo, Air, and Tendri.
Probably not me.
Well, that's not going to do it. Does anyone have 28 or less?
I have 28 hit points.
Ah! So as Tendri swings off of the arm of Escher, something just suddenly very dunk.
Hold on.
His head leans calmly against the dusty floor. That leaves the final one, who is where she's at, and is going to probably got a lot of damaging spells. These lot. I'm not gonna lie. They are going to. They're going to.
Oh, JC, was that
Yes.
done? Was that? Oh no, there's no saving throw. Never mind.
I'm going to say that they're going to do this against Ubo. So one of them is going to try and strike you, Ubo.
Mm-hmm.
As a sickly
Hello.
green beam flies towards you. I rolled a 9 on the dice.
No, that won't hit.
Okay, the thing smacks against your shield, and this oozy toxin-like substance congeals on the shield before slowing off to land on Tendri.
Oh no, let's wipe that off real quick.
That is the end of their turn. Back to the top.
Okay.
Air.
Air is gonna take a deep breath and she's gonna say, Almighty Bahamut, Keeper of Justice, great and powerful dragon, give me strength, for I am not strong enough to stand up against the evil around me. On my own, I will stumble in time and be crushed under the tides of darkness that flood around me. I need your aid to save me from the shadows of the world. Turn undead.
Okay. Is that a saving throw or?
Wisdom saving throw.
Yes. Please get off me.
Nope.
15 plus.
Oh, no.
You feel this wave of silvery light try to emanate from you, but it is as if something has doused it. A fire extinguisher put on your vibrant flame, and instead of really doing anything, Escher's ear begins to bleed slightly. He goes, I'm sorry, I know I'm doing wrong, but come on, don't need to do that to me. Ow!
Can I try to get him off me again?
That was your action to turn undead, so
Oh, bonus action cry.
you duly noted.
Tendri's next. Tendri's asleep. My turn next. I
Yeah.
just go, no, not again. And I just pick up Tendri, slap him across the face, and put him on his feet.
Tendri, you are awake and conscious and back in the fight, though you've lost a round in effect. That is an action to shake someone awake.
I know. I will, alright, that's enough out of you. And I will turn to them and say, mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning. Born of the one light, Martin Soplay. Praise with elation, praise every morning. Morning light's recreation of the new day. Spiritual weapon.
Okay. And with that, describe what does your holy weapon look like? Is it like a flail with the big sunlight orb, or is it more of a morning star with the sunlight on it, or is it just literally what does it look like?
Yeah, I actually love going for really abstract things. So, can
It's a
I
kitchen
go
sink.
for... What's that?
It's a kitchen sink.
Not that abstract. No, can I go for a chakram, but in the shape of a stylized sun?
Certainly, I like it. So this spiritual weapon with a ethereal kind of golden light to it compared to Air's more silvery hue, this one has a much more dawn-like radiance to it, and everyone in the room takes notice of it, including Escher, who looks at that going with both oh shit and yay.
It is not going towards Escher. It's goes the hag that's currently in melee with Forge It just
Yes.
screams down like the like the morning sun would stream upwards or straight at her. So I will roll my attack roll. 23 probably hits.
23 will hit, yes.
She takes 7 force damage.
7. With that, the Barovian witch crumples to the ground. I'm going to say, because it's a force damage, you want it to be lethal or non-lethal?
I have no idea who this person is. And they're just
Probably
some witch attacking me.
Probably
But I'm not
lethal.
in the habit of just killing people out of habit.
Oh, so non-lethal then.
Ubo,
Alrighty.
Ubo doesn't know if these people are also under a GS, though they seem to be enjoying it. Actually, did they seem to be enjoying it?
They seem to have been waiting for this moment.
Not enough to say. I'll keep it non-lethal for now.
Okay. And with that, we go on to Escher's turn. Escher. He is going to take a few nibbles at air. We'll roll it here because this seems to be the only way the
my
stream
God.
stays functioning. That is the d20 there. The first roll is an 8. That's not good to hit. The second one is that also an 8?
A 6!
Escher once again cannot get past your unwillingness to do you harm, and still seems to be snapping and goes, "What are you waiting for? Get out of here!"
I can't.
And with that, I turn it to Forge.
Forge looks at the crumpled body beside him, looks at the other two, and goes, "If you want to live, run." And as they do so, for I am the Wrath of Ilmater made form, whoomph!
So you charge across the
Wings
closest
snap out.
one. Ooh!
Oh,
Okay then.
from the back. Wings just form, furling out, whoom, to a 10-foot wingspan either side of them. Dim, bright, radiant, glowing light, just this searing white blue snaps wings as their eyes take on the same colour.
Is that an action or a bonus action?
Unfortunately, I tend to roster it in my games for a bonus action, but it is an action. So I am now capable of smacking out a lot of radiant damage. I am also going to move to melee range with the nearest of these Night Sisters.
Easily enough done. And as you close over to her, this one, the one that was severely badly burned, you get in this very small, animalistic, cannibalistic, necrosist mind of hers. She is thinking, "That is the angel of death come to take me." As her face drops in horror. That brings it to her turn, and she is going to... And she's going to she's going to second level sleep on you, hopefully knocking you out because you've taken a little bit of damage. So that is 78. That quickly. How much health are you on?
I have 35.
And once again, the sleep spell only effective on Tendri, and the woman forces the wait, is that 7? Yeah, it's 78. Forces out the magic upon you, doing once again nothing. She panics slightly and seems about to flee. The other one, seeing her sister
movement
about
still.
to be the same. No, she didn't move. Seeing the same is also going to try and put you to sleep. With her last second level. 27, no good. Both times you feel this wave of sleepy energy overcome you. Both times, the might of Eliminator does not let you down. And you continue in your pursuit of these creatures. Back to the top. Air.
Oh god, I'm gonna die, aren't I? I'm going to bonus action shield to phase myself, just in case pushing him off me doesn't work.
Okay. Action to try and break free.
Yep. Here we go, please.
I believe.
16.
16. That is enough. You manage to twist, and with the dead weight of Tendri briefly tugging on his arm, you manage to slip free of his grasp. And he goes, "Yay!" at the same time as some other part of him hisses.
Yeah.
Yeah!
And then can I use the rest of my movement to just run?
Yes, but he will get an attack of opportunity against you.
Stabs you again. No!
No. No, I will not take that risk again. I'll stand there and wait for my next turn so I can disengage.
Okay, then.
Next up is
Bonus action?
Tendri. Or do you
I
use
used my bonus action to cast a spell.
Oh, yes, Tendri. You are awake, you are conscious, you are in the fight.
You're muted.
As I don't laugh at me.
Do what I want.
All right. As I like hang on his arm and I see Air go free, I go like, "Oh, Air, I guess you wanna move away a little bit." And I go mantle of inspiration.
Oh,
And
nice. Everyone
that I can see of the allies gets to move
and we get
without provoking opportunity attacks.
Nice.
Okay.
Zoom.
So currently, currently, I'm going to say that. So we've got the cluster of you three and then Forge on the other side, and all things considered, you're probably about equal distance with one another. So you all move, though Forge is going to be slightly behind because he's got the ray of frost on him, frosting his ass. So that would mean that it would go Ubo, Tendri, Air, Forge as you rush out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
someone grab the unconscious ranger, please.
The rug is warded.
Oh yeah.
You metagaming pigeon.
No, we learned that last game, didn't we?
What? Sorry?
Metagaming
You literally
pigeon.
said it looks like you literally said it looks like the rug and the picture are awarded to us in character. Thank you.
I know.
No, that
no
was,
one was going to remember it, and you pointed that out of turn.
It is also our characters that don't remember it. In this session, it was retconned, so can't use that information. It was.
No, because we didn't see the rug the session that was retconned.
We did when we went up the elevator, and then that's where we saw them up there.
Anyway,
No, we
JC.
saw it last
No.
time. This was when we
So
saw it last
can Ubo make a roll D100, please?
Also, my turn is not done yet. I still have my action.
Yes, I know,
Okay.
but this happens if they roll a certain number.
76.
76.
Okay.
Terrible game.
Ubo, as you come running out of the room, you step upon the rug and it animates.
Uh,
I will roll. It will go on initiative count. I'll roll its initiative to be fair. See where it goes.
Also, everyone, don't forget to add that 5 temporary hit points that you get from the mantle of inspiration.
Okay. Yes, everyone mark off their 5 temp hit points. And I will get this other thing that's about to join into the combat. It's turned into a not combat session, turned very quickly into a combat session.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Literally about to go to bed.
Right, and then
Yeah.
I wanted to go to bed. I was preparing to sleep a good night's sleep, and then Tendri happened.
okay, it's my fault, but still, as my action, as I see the carpet come alive, I scream out in like fear as I reach for my longsword and I like whack it like wah! Wah!
Give me 1 moment because when it's okay, so as Ubo steps on the rug, it animates, and that seems a bit much. Remains. Let me double check in the module. Give me 1 second.
We're gonna die!
Pretty sure it says immediately. Seems a bit unfair.
You're the DM, JC. You make the decisions here.
Well, I'm trying to be fair to the module. You know, I'm trying to run it fairly as it would, but it's that way of. Let me just double check.
Robin, the party killer, strikes again. I'm sorry, guys.
Yes, so Ubo, as you step upon this thing, it leaps up around you and begins to smother you. Its initiative is 15. And what is your armor class?
19.
19. Yeah, it is not going to manage to smother you. It is on initiative count 15, but it does not manage to smother. It tries to grapple you, but it is not successful.
Mm-hmm.
So can I try to smack it now?
Yes, you can.
Alright, here we go. Tendri's master skills, 12.
12 against a rug.
Yeah, I might hit it.
12 against the rug. That is just what you need. You
Alright!
slashes into it, so roll some damage.
Three damage.
3.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Tendri dealing damage. That's the end of my turn. That's Ubo.
Okay. I think you'll find my name in the initiative is Uno.
Yeah, you're Ubo.
Alright, well. Badrug, down. I'd like to use my bonus action to move how far away is the rug from my spiritual weapon, and 2 my spot, and how far away is my spiritual weapon from me and the nearest knight sister thing?
The spiritual weapon is about 15 feet away from the rug because it was inside the doorway, and Forge had not triggered it when he moved back that far, so it'd be 15 feet in the doorway. You are obviously at the rug, and it's 15. Your weapon is 15 feet away from you.
Yeah.
The remaining, I'm guessing everyone left because it's voluntary. You don't have to move, though. People can say if they moved or not. Forge, obviously, if he wanted to stay next to the witch, he could have. But there's 2 witches inside the room. The one inside the room is probably about 20 or probably about 25 feet away from your spiritual weapon, and the one on the far side of the room is like 40.
Okay, in that case, I will just whap it with my spiritual weapon. I'll just swing my free hand round on an arc, and the spiritual weapon follows the same arc and swooshes into the side of it. I'll make the attack.
Okay. Go ahead.
21.
That hits.
5 force damage.
Another good snip. The rug seems to be losing some threads. It's becoming less cohesive, though it seems to be intent upon you.
I'll pull out a small bell, and I'll say, "Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for the springing fresh from the word." And I ring the bell, and I cast Toll the Dead.
On
the rug.
Okay, let me see.
It will take. It needs to make a DC
That
14
failed.
wisdom. It is 11 necrotic damage.
Ooh, that really withers it. You can see a lot of any moisture, what might have been in there, suddenly very quickly disintegrates and disappears off of the rug. What initiative are you on? You're on 16, right?
16, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's the rug takes a serious amount of damage there. Damn, that's a lot. 11. Wow.
Right, and then I will move round to the other side of the rug, not provoking an opportunity because I'm staying within 5 feet of it, and just keep my shield up ready.
Okay. Now there's a kind of a collection of people that are going on 15 because
Did the rug, is the rug trying to smother him?
yes.
It failed.
Did you succeed? Did he succeed on the strength saving throw to avoid being grappled?
He did. It failed the attack.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's attack roll to smother. So yeah, okay. Tendri, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please? Escher runs up and tries to re-grapple. Tries to re-grapple Air.
All right.
Me, come on. Why not Tendri? It's closer.
That's
JK.
Okay, so Escher runs up, and once again, his resistance to attack you seems to be coming through, and no matter what he does, he is not able to grab you. However, all of you notice the portrait on the wall as the rug came to life. The portrait of Strahd begins moving its hands and comes to life, points at Tendri, and you see a crown of black, twisted bone protrude around his helm and then dig into his scalp. Tendri, you are currently being possessed by a crown of madness, so if you want to look up what that does, you're more than
Tendri
welcome.
has protection from good and evil on him that I cast on him at the start of the fight, so he has advantage on that saving throw.
Oh,
Okay then.
he moved.
And he
Hold on.
cannot be possessed.
I don't think it's possession.
No, it's fine. There's advantage.
All right. Wisdom, right? So that's 13.
13, you manage to succeed as the crown begins to form around you. This sudden spark of radiance shoots up from somewhere inside you. Your eyes glow, and the crown shatters into pieces, falling to the floor.
Oh, it's my guardian turtle.
We'll have no more of that.
The rug is then going to try and what's the rug going to go for? Did Forge retreat from the room? I'm assuming he did. Oopsies, that's the wrong tab. Okay. Rug of Smothering. Its attacks are... Come on. Its attacks include... the rug is going to try and grapple Ubu. Once again. Ubu. What is your armor class?
19.
That is a fail, as it's rolled an 11. It tries to smother you once more, but does not seem to have much in the way of success.
I'm too fat.
Clearly. That is the painting, the rug, Escher. Forge, it is your turn. Did you run into the room with everyone else, or are you still in the room fighting with the...
Like the one, would Forge have retreated? Yeah, Forge would have retreated and is basically imposing themselves, is going to shift into the doorway, and is holding, basically, I will hold an attack action. Basically, Forge position thengthemselves, so they take the entire door up, they take themselves up, but I will hold an attack action for if anyone comes into range to engage me.
Alrighty, Escher are currently behind you, and the two witches are currently in the room in front of you. The portrait and the rug are behind you as well.
Escher is in the wider room.
He's come through the doorway up to Air to try and grab her again. He's in your attack range, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. So he's in my attack range.
Yeah.
Forge, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry, Nori. Nori, to do this. It brings me no pleasure. Stand down. Whack.
Yep, go ahead.
I don't trust roll 20. 15?
15. That's the first time anyone's
15.
actually done it on Escher, so let me double check Escher's thing. Escher has AC. Come on, scroll up. Escher has. Yes, that hits. That is the number you need for Escher.
I'm going to dump Divine Smite into this.
No,
He is undead, you get an extra die.
Also, there is the extra d6 of Radiant.
What? No, it's not D6 for your form. It's just your charisma modifier.
Oh yeah, it's my charisma modifier, which is +5. Oh, this is so. There's going to be a lot of damage coming out of this. There is 4d8 in this attack.
Yep.
Go forge. Go forge. Go forge.
Okay, 8, 7 plus 12, 20. So 20 radiant damage. Plus 5, 25 radiant damage total, plus 5 bludgeoning.
Okay, about a quarter of Escher's skin suddenly begins to grey and flake away as the power of this blast hits into him. He shrieks out, "Ah! Ah! God, that fucking hurts!" And that's that took a big chunk of his health out. At the end of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just going to say these Barovian witches. I think they were here to make the fight with Escher more difficult, but because Escher doesn't want to hit you, they're shit at doing anything else. So that one's used all of hers. That one's used all of hers. That one's still got that one left. Okay, that one's going to do this. Okay, can Forge and Air make wisdom saving throws as she casts second level Tasha's Hideous Laughter, the final second level.
Ah, crap. Someone's gonna get a taste of divine blood, given how hard I just hit him. 10.
That is a fail. You fall apart laughing at seeing Escher's misery. You don't want to laugh, but some perverse part of you is forcing you to. What did you get, Ugo?
Oh, sorry, I thought you said air for some reason.
Oh, sorry, I did. You're right. Air.
For a wisdom save?
Yes, wisdom save, please.
Yes. That is a 15.
15. You are fine. You do not fall apart laughing. That is that's her go, and the final one is going to final one's going to try and Ray Frost Tendri. No, actually it's not, because Ubo's in the way, so he's going to try and Ray Frost Ubo. Ubo, I rolled a 10. She misses.
Yep.
And
big tanky boy over here.
Yep. Then it brings it back to the top. Air, you see the picture of Strahd animate and try and cast a spell on Tendri. The rug that Ubo stood upon tried to reach up and grab him twice now, and both times failing. The witches inside the room have caused Forge to fall apart laughing, while Escher still looks at you. Now, for the first time ever, you can see the misery that he was hiding with his jovial attitude. He does not want to do this. He does not want to be here. He is in agony. His skin is literally falling off of him. One arm looks like another good hit and it will come off. And he's looking at you with desperate hunger.
Oh my gosh. Oh god. I don't want to hit you.
Then don't.
I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on. Well, you can probably guess.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
This is a 10 on the die. What is your saving throw?
14.
14. Ooh, vampire. He's a
He's
plus
so
3.
happy.
He failed.
Hey, it's fail.
Alright, the joke I'm gonna say to him is, hey, you know what's really funny? I don't want to die right now.
Neither do I. And he's not really laughing so much as just openly weeping now.
Oh.
So yeah, that's a thing. So, yeah, that happens. Next up is Tendri. Tendri, that fucking painting cast a spell on you.
Alright, I'm going to look at the painting and I'm going to cast Cloud of Daggers on the painting.
Very clever.
It's not like it can fucking dodge.
It can't move, so just roll damage.
Alright, let me check the damage because just to be sure. 44, alright.
Actually, I'm going to be really mean, and it's going to counterspell you.
Ha! That's 3rd levels? Fuck me, okay. Just no.
Alright, I try to do Cloud of Daggers on it, and as my spell like explodes in my face, I go, "Oh man, fuck this shit! Everybody run!" Mantle of Inspiration again, and everybody gets to run again.
Yay!
Okay, I'm going to say that
30
everyone
feet.
is now at the door to the stairwell. You can go up, you can go down.
I'm gonna hold on. I'll roll a where shit crap fuck oh hold on crap. That's not what I wanted to do. I am going to.
You can't move anymore anyway. You're at the entryway. You have no more movement to move to the
I
thing.
still have my
Oh yeah,
actual
no, you have your
movement.
normal movement as well. Yeah.
And
Well, we came up. You do know we came up the stairs earlier, not down the stairs. So
Alright, down we go.
Yeah,
it's not like you'd forget that in the last 30 seconds.
yeah, exactly.
Well, Tendri's very nervous. Okay, I'm just trying to
No, it's
you know,
fine. I'm just
play his
reminding you of
nervousness
things you
as
can't do.
well as I can. Yeah, but Tendri suddenly knows a lot more and a lot less.
At the same time. Are you done?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn. I'm sorry.
No,
It's
it's
your turn now, Ugo.
Okay, bonus action. The same sweeping, a new sweeping motion with my hand, and I hit the rug again, or at least attempt
Yep, go
to.
ahead. It's got 18
That'll
spell.
miss.
Pretty
So,
sure.
yeah, I missed.
Really?
Yeah, I rolled a 10.
Well, F.
Roll the
And with
4
that,
plus
the weaves seem to part as the blade slices through and then knits itself back together, bending back on itself to look at you. Its tassels at the end looking like a frowny face.
I repeat my previous prayer, and I used Hold the Digit again. Could you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
I can. Wisdom saving throw. I've been doing it on roll 20 because I'm here to keep the stream going properly. That is a 18.
It succeeds, no damage.
Yeah.
I walk my 30 feet down the stairs.
Okay. Now, a lot of my turn. So the rug is going to move towards Forge because he is on the ground at the moment, and it's just going to try and smother him. It has advantage on the attack.
Oh, right,
He's
shit.
prone. So
I forgot you were on. I forgot about that. Shit.
this is a 13 and a 15. So Forge, you become smothered by this rug. In so doing, you take a grand total of. You take creature grappled. Creature. Does it? Doesn't even take any damage.
Yeah, I do take damage from the rug of smothering. It's a
You're restrained, blinded, and at risk of suffocating. The rug can't smother another target. In addition, at the start of each of the target's turns, you will take 10 points. So I'm going to say you take that now so we don't forget because you're about to go. So that's that.
Cool. Well, I can't do anything except try and resist, so try and throw off Tasha's hideous laughter, which is still going.
Hold on, I'm not finished yet. I've got another couple of turns to go. That's just the rug. Who's still in the room? Air is still in the room because she's not had another turn to run. Air, I need you to make a strength check. Not athletics, just a strength check, please.
9.
You are grabbed by invisible forces and pulled back. You are flung 30 feet across the room back to the doorway next to Forge. As the portrait of Strahd grabs you and then flings you back across the room, stopping you from escaping, bringing you right to the feet of Escher. Escher then goes, I don't want to do this! I don't want to do this!
He's laughing.
What is your armor class?
He's laughing.
Yeah, he failed his save against Tasha's, so Escher can't attack.
You are right.
Until the end of his turn.
Well, at the end of his turn, he rolled a 13 on his 13 plus 3, so that's 16. So I think that's a success. He's no longer laughing. That's them 3. Rug, Portrait, and Escher. That brings it now to Forge. You take the 10. Now the 10, and it's your turn. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
What?
12.
Okay.
12. Let me double check. Barovian Witch. DC 12. You succeed.
Yay.
You are no longer restrained by Tasha's hideous laughter. However, that is the end of your turn. You are still blinded, restrained, and being smothered.
Hey, 10 damage a turn! I'm only... Oh wait, I'm not as badly off as I thought I was.
Remember, you have the 5 temporary hit points, so we'll have taken some of that as well.
Yes, so hang on. I just need to... Hang on, I just got another 5 temporary hit points. No, wait.
Yeah, you gained another one just now. Yeah, another 5 just now. Then you took 10, so you would have effectively only taken 5.
Yes.
Cool. I can do this for 3 more turns.
The witches, they're going to just try and Ray of Frost Air. First attack. That's a miss. Second attack. That is... What is your armor class right now?
18. Oh, 20 right now.
Oh, 20?
Yeah.
Jeez. That misses as the both bolts go wide and strike nothing. They look irritated and move to get a better line into the rest of the room as the portrait of Strahd cackles madly. Back to the top. For Air, you are in... you're next to Escher, though Escher is on the ground. You're next to Forge, though Forge is on the ground and smothered. And the exit is 30 feet away.
Black.
How do I get him out of the rug? Can I cut open the
The
rug?
rings are poking through the rug. Going...
You might accidentally stab him.
Precisely. He is... It's pretty well constraining at the moment.
Can I pull him out of the rug, like a pig in a blanket?
Let me double check what it says for the rug of smothering, because this is the first time I've ever actually used a rug of smothering.
They're the worst. Please do not hit me. Metagaming Pigeon, you didn't hear that.
No, it doesn't say anything about that.
Can't get him
I'm going to
out.
say it is grappling it, so you could make a strength or athletics to try and pull the rug off. But I'm probably going to say it's at a disadvantage because this is what it does. So.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll go for the disadvantage. You know, that's not very bad. I rolled an 18 and then a 16. So I'm going to add Tendri's Bardic Inspiration to that. That's a 21 plus 1, so 22.
Nice.
with the desperate fear of, oh god, oh god, oh god, what would my family think if they saw me fighting a rug? You rip it open
Water, do you want hot chocolate or tea?
and pull Forge from it, though the rug is still there and looking menacing. The rug itself looks fucked up, but it's still there, ready to do some irritating things if people are not careful of their movements. That was your action. You have a bonus action.
What can I do as a bonus action? Nothing. Okay, I'm just gonna wave goodbye to Escher and then run away.
Okay, so that's going to provoke opportunity attacks from the rug and from
I know.
Escher's at disadvantage because he is prone, so I'll do his first.
He is incapacitated and cannot take reactions.
No,
He succeeded his thing.
Oh, did he? Oh, sorry. My apologies. I missed that. My bad.
Unfortunately, even at disadvantage, he manages to grab hold of your
Shield.
ankle.
Shield. 25 AC.
Okay then. Fair enough. You manage to get free. The rug is also going to take its attack of opportunity against you, because why not? It's a 9. It failed. And you, with your orange bubble of arcane energy protecting you, like a hamster in a ball, you pedal it away and roll down the corridor towards everyone else.
See, this is my safety bubble.
Inspiration.
This is my no-no square. This is my no-no bubble. This is my no-no bubble.
This is my bubble of Bahamut. Only I was allowed in here.
Okay.
Next up is
Tendri.
Forge. And all the Night Sisters, have they been?
That was Air's turn.
Oh shit!
So it's
I got way out of whack. My apologies.
So I will. Oh right, shit. The rug isn't an
has
animate
fallen.
object, so that sucks. I
Well,
will.
it's very much adamant. It's definitely animate. It's attacking us
Alright.
actively.
All right, then I will look at it and say, "You are a terrible recreation. You are totally off, you ugly piece of shit," and use vicious mockery.
Wisdom saving throw. With a -4, it got a 5.
Woo!
Failed. Roll some damage.
That's 1d4, right?
What? I mean, I was just being pedantic on the fact it's animate. I didn't.
One damage, and
Its next attack has disadvantage.
its next attack.
You made a rug feel sad. This is
Bad
amazing.
rug, bad, go home. And the rug kind of like, it's the end of it. I imagine it's kind of like that rug out of Aladdin where it's got the tassels at the end of it to give it some facial features. And while it's been pointing down in this kind of angular, angry face as it rolls back and curls up like a snake, suddenly those tassels kind of like curve into sad eyebrows and it looks at you and it's like, what did I do? Just do what I was made for. You do see a flake of the rug fall off though from your one. That one strand you pulled at it metaphorically and it undone some of the thread.
Alright, and I will have Ubo and Air again pass me or got up yet?
I am with you currently.
You are with me.
Yes.
Air and Forge are still
No.
in the doorway, right?
They're still like the top of the stairs.
Air
Right?
used her movement to get to the top of the stairs where you guys are, so you obviously can move down 30 feet and effectively move 30 feet in advance. Forge is currently on the ground is the thing.
Ooh,
Of wings, so I can fly.
good point. Forge, you got yourself. Run away.
Okay, is that his thing?
Is that your mantle thing? Or...
Is that?
I was about to
Okay.
say I'm using.
Everyone gets another 5 if you haven't, if you've taken damage.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah,
I'm
five
flying
seconds.
30 feet, maybe an inch off the floor.
He's just lying there, and like Escher looks at him, and he just shoots off like, bah.
Can you double check for me, please, Tendri? Because this is the first time I've seen this, and it's the first time it's come up in our game. Is it they
Alright.
get to move their movement, or do they get to move 30 feet? Because currently he is prone.
Up to their speed.
Up to their
It's
speed.
up, yeah.
So you'll probably
It's
only be able
up
to
to
move
it.
15 feet then, because have to get up and go. So you're 15 feet.
I'm
Whew,
only
running.
15 feet.
All right.
Okay. Everyone except for Forge is outside of the room. That means that
That's the
you
end of my
three are 30 feet down the staircase. That means you're actually on the landing beneath. I'll need to consult the map because I have no idea where that area is at the moment.
All right.
Oh, I can know where it is on the previous map.
If you need help, just let us know.
You moved off of that map, so yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so is that the end of your turn, Tendri?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn. It's now Ubo. Or Uno,
Ugo,
as he's
you're
actually
in
called.
a very large circular stairwell that seems to expand up to the top of the tower and all the way down to the bottom of the castle. It is a very large. It's a very large, winding out on the exterior of this large castle on the way down.
Okay. First of all, can I still see the rug?
No.
Okay. So, here's a weird thing. Spiritual weapon doesn't require line of sight. It just requires me to attack a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. I happen to know that creature is within 5 feet of the weapon. Can I do that, or is that bullshit?
I'm going to say with disadvantage.
I will happily accept with disadvantage. That is perfectly reasonable. Spiritual weapon. I give myself advantage, but whatever. 11 misses, that's fine.
11 misses.
Just swiping an arm and hoping it hits it. I'm not even checking.
Yeah. Forge, you see the spiritual weapon of Ubo decide that it doesn't like the doorframe and has a go at the doorframe.
I can't see anything else, and it's just the staircase, right? And there's a landing. Well, can you describe it again, please, JC? I was thinking about my turn.
So the landing, you're not on the landing anymore. You're in the stairs that lead up and down the castle. This was one of the stairs that Rahadin led you up. I'm not entirely sure where the stairwell will lead you out as you go down the floors because I need to consult maps for that. But going down the stairwell, you're probably still in the stairwell unless you want to break out into another random floor for a random thing.
I'm just gonna just retrace my steps as best I can. So
Okay.
I keep going down.
Yep.
And I just try and keep the rest of them in sight. If I would move to where I can't see them, I'll stop.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That brings it to my lot of goes. So, Forge.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Can I hold an action in case an enemy comes around and I can hit it with a Toll the Dead again?
Indeed. Forge, I need you to make a strength check, please.
The way I have
Go
been rolling.
for it. Go for it.
Strength check. 16.
16.
Ooh.
You feel this wave of telekinetic energy try and grab you. Once again, it is not strong enough, and you are, with your wings beating against it, you are maintaining your position. The rug can't move enough, so it's going to dash. Yes, a rug just dashed up to your space. And then Escher...
Do I get my attack of opportunity there from my held action?
You don't see them.
They're upstairs.
Do I not?
You've moved 30
more
feet down a
downstairs.
spiral staircase.
Yeah, I said if I would have left people out of my line of sight, I'll stop so I can still see them.
Okay, then yes, you do get your held action.
Yeah, I didn't move as far, but I also wanted to make sure that the person at the rear was covered.
Yeah, it's a fail.
You mean Forge?
Okay, they take 6. Yes, you. They take 6 necrotic.
He's immune to necrotic. He's undead.
Oh, shit.
The rug.
Oh, the rug.
Yes, the rug came up first.
Right. Okay. Then the rug is destroyed.
Yay!
Kill the rug! Kill the rug! Kill the rug!
Escher. That's a 17. He managed to grab you, Forge, and then as he picks you up and brings you into an embrace, he tries to bite you. With a natural 1, though, he resists the urge. Something about him is being incredibly noble in this extremely painful situation that he is in. And
Escher is such a
however,
bro.
you see some of his wounds begin to heal as he begins to rejuvenate. It is now your go. You are grappled by Escher.
I've got to break the grapple or kill Escher. Why do I have the hard choices here? I'm going to try and break the grapple.
Yep, that is an action.
Fuck. 12.
12. That is not enough. You're held, grabbed, and Escher is like trying to lean away from you, but you can see like an invisible force in the back of his head pushing him forward towards your throat.
Just stuck in Escher's arms. Someone do what? I'm really sorry.
Do it! Just kill me!
No!
Denied.
As you wish.
No!
That brings it to the Barovian Witch's turn. The two of them are... They're going to risk it. They don't know how hurt Escher is. He looks fucked up, but with the last spell slot, they're going to try and make you go to sleep rather than... Or would they? Would they? I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Who?
Forge.
Me. Okay. Fuck. 8.
You begin to hideously laugh once more.
Someone dispel magic, these fuckers? No.
We
those
don't
were too high level.
have access to those spells.
Yeah.
The remaining Barovian Witch is just going to roll. That is a hit. And you take 8 points of cold damage as the bead of seriously cool frosty energy smashes into you. And
How much,
you,
sorry? 8 or 6?
8. I got it wrong first. 8 points of cold damage.
Really?
You do get to make the saving throw again with advantage, though. Because you took damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, hold on.
Oh.
No. One second. Let me just check something.
I would do it
Change
in the opposite order.
No, go ahead.
Okay, nice.
Already done.
Okay, that's a 14 or an 11. So 14.
14. I'm going to be a really dick DM because, like, I forgot about that, but they wouldn't have.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
That's,
Honestly, like, no worries, JC. We all make mistakes.
Yeah, man.
So I'm going to say that she wouldn't do that. Instead, what she would do is...
Okay.
Gain 8 hit points then, at least. Yay.
You get 8 hit points back. She snaps her fingers. No, she doesn't. Sorry about that. She's going to risk it. She's going to move to where she can try and get a bead of people, and she's going to cast Ray of Frost on... because she's going to Ray of Frost Tendri.
No!
What is your armor class, Tendri?
Oh, my armor class is a majestic 12, my good lord.
12.
Is the person
She
a
fucking missed.
What?
She fucking missed.
I have a query though, JC. Is she a celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead?
No, she is not. She is a human.
Okay. Yeah,
She's
that's
just
fine.
a witch. Yeah, that's... and with this, clearly what she does is, as Tendri's slightly lower down, she tries catching him on the shoulder and upper head area, but she actually hits the lip of the stairwell. You can see the frost up the banister before it begins to quickly melt. And Tendri, you are saved and spared the damage. She hisses and then turns around and moves towards where Forge is being grappled and draws a blade. That is the end of that. Back to the top. Air.
Do I know what's happening up the stairs? I'm assuming I do.
You are still actually at the top of the stairs because
So
you're...
I definitely do. I'm 30
Yes,
feet
you
away
see
from
all of
Forge and what's his name? Yeah.
Yeah, so the witches are there before you. The rug is dead. Escher is looking like he is regaining some of his vitality. Not a huge amount, but he's definitely regaining.
Well, I'm going to use my movement and go over to Escher and Forge. I'm going to look at Forge, and I'm going to look at Escher, and I'm going to say, nobody's going to die here, and then I'm going to try to pull them apart.
Okay. Please roll.
Roll high.
Natural 20.
Yeah!
So 21.
Indeed, you, with all the confusion going around and whatnot, you are able to pull Escher and Forge apart.
Okay, I don't have any movement, so I'm going to look at Forge, and I'm going to say, run! Please.
Only when you do.
No,
I can't
you!
right now. No, I love you more.
Sorry, I'm taken.
No!
I knew he
Alright.
loved me.
Next up is me, right?
Yep.
Do I still see the painting?
It will have cover. Like half cover, because you're like
Can I
down.
still
You're
get
down.
a
You're down
cloud
next
of
to where
daggers on it?
Hugo is. I'm going to say make a spell attack.
It has
first to see
60
if
feet
it-
range.
I know, but it's like that way of like aiming it properly
Just,
with everything.
It's with my charisma, right? And
Yes.
proficiency. Yeah. So, roll d20 plus a whole 7. 21! Woo!
That hits. Roll your. It can't save. Like it. Oh, actually, for the lols, should I roll?
I don't know, you might get fucking lucky, you know.
Wait,
No,
No, I don't.
No,
I don't.
We can't handle it.
Oh,
it would have been funny if the painting was like, "No, fuck you."
that's 9 damage on it.
9 damage. Okay. The picture seems to be taking a lot of damage from this and looks in dire pain. Yep, there's
And
these
that's,
blades similar to a helicopter's blades spinning away and slashing into the picture.
that will be the end of my turn. It is now Yuno's turn.
Oh, Ubo. Sorry, did you cast blade? So did you just cast cloud of daggers on the thing again?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Can I see the witches? From my understanding.
No,
Well,
they're
at least
further into the
one.
room.
No, you can see one. She aimed at me and he was standing right next to me.
Yeah, but she moved back
Oh,
into the
no.
room up by Forge.
Ah,
Okay. I will move my spiritual weapon 20 feet towards us because that's how far
Okay.
I can move.
Yep.
So it's just cresting, I imagine, at the top there.
Mhm.
I mean, I imagine that's right next to those 3 at the top, but I'm not really doing anything with that. I'm not attacking anyone. Fuck that noise. I ain't killing people in cold blood. And I will hold a Toll the Dead until an enemy other than Escher appears.
Okay. It's now my collective turn.
Wait, unless I could also attack the painting.
You could with your angle.
Yeah, I'll do that. Because
Okay.
if there's an enemy there, I may as well attack it. Why wait?
Yeah, again, I'm going to say roll a spell attack to get it on point.
Well, it's a saving throw, but so I don't know. I'll just roll a spell attack. I'll just use spiritual weapon. 13.
That you can see the frame of the picture, but you can't see the person in the picture. They have ducked down or are trying to move out of the blade.
They're hidden by the blades. Okay,
So
it's
you
fine.
can attack the frame. You don't know if that will have a great effect.
I still do it. Takes 5 necrotic.
Necrotic, okay. Now it's my bunch of turns. So,
In the picture takes another 44 at the start of its turn.
okay.
I'm gonna roll 13
Oof.
damage.
13. Okay. That is. How much was your one, Ubu?
5.
Okay. Let me double check how much it's got. Which one is it? Does it make a save or does it just take the damage?
For the Clouded Dagger?
I
Yeah.
believe it normally be a dex save.
When it enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts a turn there, it takes the damage, and it doesn't say about a save.
Oh, really?
Okay, so it just takes it
no
then.
save.
Okay. The picture is shredded.
Woo!
Should be easier to get away now.
Escher, compelled once again, grabs Forge. That's going to hit with your reduced armor class and then tries to bite. That's the first time Escher successfully bites.
Oh no!
Why did I not go score Jasamar?
Come on, scroll down. So you take 6 points of piercing damage and 7 points of necrotic damage.
Cool, cool.
The target's hit points is reduced by the amount that actually I'm going to roll because no, fuck it, I've already said it. Your maximum hit point is reduced by 7.
My max what?
Maximum hit points.
Hit points are reduced by 7. Escher seems to regain some of his life force from draining you. He seems not to enjoy it, the act. Even though he drinks deeply of your veins, he seems to...
So hang on, I took 6 piercing and how much?
7 necrotic.
Shit.
Are you down?
I just went below half health.
Okay.
What happens when you go below health?
Just
That
not
is-
ideal. I don't like
the end
being
of-
below half health in a fight this tight.
That brings it to Forge. Your turn. You are being grappled by Escher.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
If I lay on hands an undead thing, what does it do in your eyes?
Heals them. You don't know. To be fair, you wouldn't know.
I'm gonna try and smack him. At this point,
Oh my god.
Okay.
it's just like it's the only way I'm getting clear of this. I've been grappled twice. You just drained my life force. That sucked. Sometimes people have to die. Sorry. 5 plus 5, 23.
That hits.
Cool. 5 plus 3, 8 plus 5. So 8 piercing. 8 bludgeoning. And 5 necro. Sorry, 5. Hang on, is it 5?
Radiant.
I am not sorry. I am very sorry. It is 3. I am incredibly sorry. I have been mixing up character
That's okay.
sheets in my head.
So
it's 3.
that's-
It's 3 damage and 3 irradiant.
Okay, once again, the radiant seems to burn him much greater than the actual hammer effect. However, he does cough, and you see probably what he had just regained from you disappear from him.
Okay.
That brings us to the witches. they're just going to straight up take 2 shots at Forge. That's a
I'm
natural 1.
there too, as well, by the way.
Yeah, but you're shimmering in a lot of things. He's out of his armor. That's going to be a hit. And you take 4 points of cold damage.
Cool.
That'll be the end of my turn. Air,
I'm gonna pull them apart again.
go ahead.
Just fight. All of you actually
18.
fight.
18,
not
you
fun,
pull
but-
them apart once more.
And then I'm going to use my movement to stand between Forge and Escher.
He's trying to kill us.
You cannot. You can kind of like. They're right up against one another. You managed to pry his arm
can I
off so that
push
Forge
one
can
of them?
slip. You've used your action,
Just
so
taking your
no.
Then I'm going to look at Forge again, and I'm going to say run.
Then you run.
You have your
We
movement.
aren't getting out of this. Sometimes
I'm
the
going to
choice is not a
move-
good one.
I'm going to move 15 feet away. Actually, no, I can't. I used my action to pull them apart. I'm just gonna stay there, and I guess I'll move like 10 feet away, but that's it.
Okay.
My turn.
Which way do you go? Because there's a witch on one side, and there's a witch on either side of Escher and Forge.
Forge
So
there.
towards the stairs. Okay. Escher takes his attack of opportunity, which misses, and then you are now up next to the Barovian witch, who has a dagger ready.
I'm just gonna smile at her and wave. End of my turn. It's Tendri's turn next.
Right. Hearing
Fine.
Fort scream down, "Fight, you bastards, fight!" I will go and grasp my longsword with both my hands as I raise it above my head in like
I'm giving you a withering glare, Tendri, as you walk past me.
charge up the stairs going, "Courage, Tendri!" and I try to slash the witch that is closest to it.
Roll a d100 for me. If it's below 50, you're within range. If it's above 50, you're 5 feet too short. Because there's a lot of movement around, and I don't know where people are anymore.
66.
Uh,
She shot a ray of frost on me and then just moved like 5 feet away, and that's pretty much where she stood. So I figured I could read
like I
it.
say, we've
But
got movements, extra movements,
Yeah.
running up and down stairs, not moving the full movements. I've lost
Yeah.
track of them, so
Yeah.
as I said, above 50, you are 5 feet
No.
too short.
I'm 5 feet too short, but as I am 5 feet short, I
Oh
will
my god.
on my phone.
I will instead then, since I can't reach her, I will scream out, "You are the ugliest hag I have ever seen." Vicious mockery.
Okay. That's a fail.
Yeah.
Another natural 1.
Yay!
4! Ha!
4.
Take that, you
roll-
bitch!
Roll another
And
D100
disadvantage.
for me. Roll another D100 for me.
70.
She takes this witheringness, and you see her clutch her head, though she still stands.
Alright, that's the. That was my action. Yeah, that's the end of my turn. Then after me, Ubo goes with his glaring face as he saw.
Okay, I fucking march right the fuck up back those stairs. How far away, roughly? Whatever. I'll dash if it's not. I'm getting into melee range with Forge.
Okay. You would have to dash.
Yeah, that's fine. I dash, and I will say, "Fuck your lesser of two evils, fucking bullshit! Get the fuck down the stairs, and you will not kill that innocent man, you fucking coward!" And I will
Well.
use my And I will use my bonus action to attack one of the witches with my chakram.
Certainly. Both of them look fairly wounded, so go ahead.
Yep. Uh, 14.
14. Yep, that hits.
7 force damage.
She drops. The
Non-lethal
blow to
again.
the side of the head drops her. There's now one left, and she is the one on the inside of the room. She's the one that Forge initially clobbered the hell out of, and is looking like, yeah, she's not really sure what she's going to do at this moment. Now that you're all coming back into the room.
I will give her this look of, I will not be fucked with.
Roll an intimidation, just as a free act. Roll intimidation.
Alright, I'm terrible at that, but yeah, do it. 1. I rolled a 2 minus 1.
Clearly, you put all of your glare into Forge, and when you turn into her, you accidentally smile, and that in itself is a level of disconcerting. As you're like, it's okay, don't worry, I'm just going to kill you now.
As you
Okay.
snap. Psycho mode.
And I am done. Next up is all of the enemies.
Yep. Well, it's actually
I
only just
love
Escher
when you
left.
said that. You were like,
She's gonna snip.
Escher is going to... I don't know how to stop the compulsion. I have to keep going. I don't know when it will end. He
When you're
attacks.
dead or we are, I fear.
That
Or we
hits,
get out of his range.
That hits Forge.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're grappled
Like
again.
grapple or
Grappled
Yep.
again, but the bite misses. Actually, hold on, let me double check. Your AC is that low, it might hit.
His AC is
my
probably
AC
higher than...
Once grappled, my AC drops to, I think.
That's not true.
Okay. No, that's Pathfinder. Sorry.
What is your AC?
My AC is 11.
Yep, it misses by 1. Literally, it's amazing how many times I've somehow missed you. The amount of times I've hit the grapple and then missed the bite. So yeah, that's another one that misses. Again, his fangs protrude, dripping your angelic blood that he seems to try to be spitting out of his mouth rather than consume. And that momentary distraction, he chips one of his fangs on your warhammer to bring it up into his gob, and and yeah, that's him. Forge.
I literally look at Ubo and go, there is no lesser of two evils. But fine. Whoomp. Shunt. I'm just gonna use the shield to try and push him away.
Okay,
Fuck's sake.
that's athletics or acrobatics.
11. Just fucking. I'm just going to the bathroom, because I actually need it.
I think that's rather appropriate considering everything that's going on. That's very appropriate. And in that moment, as he tries to get the shield up, it's just not quite getting enough leverage. Escher clasps his hands over one another and uses some form of lock around Forge's waist. And even though Escher is a smaller individual than Forge is, it's still seriously he's got some strength to him. That's Forge's turn. It is now the remaining witch's turn. Spare me, and I'll tell you how to break the compulsion. And
I mean, we were gonna spare her anyway.
I mean, yeah, but she doesn't fucking know that.
That's true.
One is dead. One is dead in the room.
No.
The other one is dead out there. And
No,
then...
I specified
both
Oh,
non-lethal.
yeah, true. To be fair, though,
So
one of them
none
is
them are
burnt
dead.
to a crisp there. One of them is bleeding from the ears there.
Yeah, no, they definitely look dead.
She performs the dodge action, and That is her turn back to top with air.
All right. I'm going to look back at Ubo and Tendri, and I'm going to say, I'm going to look at them and then gesture towards Forge and Escher, and I'm going to say, like, take care of this, and then I'm going to step into the room, and I'm going to hold out, like, a healing potion, like, teasingly, and say, tell me how to stop the compulsion first, and then this is all yours.
Wrong headset.
Is that are you being persuasive or are you deceiving?
I am trying to be persuasive.
Okay, persuade them.
And you know what? I have a forceful presence, so I can give myself advantage on that, and I'm going to.
Nice.
Where is my d20?
Space.
That is a 19 plus my persuasion, which is
Hey.
5, so a 24.
Hey, fun.
Render the fool unconscious or leave this place. That's why everything is here to stop this.
And then I'm going to look back at Forge and say, see, we don't need to kill him. Then I'm going to toss her the healing potion. End of my turn. Tendri next.
Tendri, it's your turn.
What did you say, JC? I didn't hear it.
Render the fool unconscious or all of you leave the room. That's what this whole thing is about.
Alright. I'm gonna charge up the stairs towards...
Well, you're in the room. You're in the room again.
Oh, alright. I'm gonna charge towards Forge and
Yeah, sure.
How fucked up does Escher look?
Oh my god.
Reasonably hurt. It's difficult to tell because parts of him are regenerating and other parts aren't, so it's hard to say. He's above half.
Alright,
Hovering on half.
I will, first I will, while coming in, sing a little healing word as a bonus action for my good friend Forge over there.
Okay.
A healing word. Let me just... Yeah, I gotta roll it, but I didn't expect myself to run it back in here, honestly, so I had clicked on to damage spells. Healing word.
It's a D4 plus your D4 plus 5 for you.
Thank God for your knowledge sometimes, my friend. D4 plus my charisma, right?
Yes, your charisma mod.
Oh, God damn it, that's not the right one. Hold on. D4 plus...
That's a potent healing word, 23! Okay. 9th level healing word.
You get back 7 health, Forge, and then I will...
That is beautiful, thank you!
And then I will swiggity swoobity swing my longsword clumsily at his face.
What? Why?
No, not his face, I mean Escher's face.
Escher's.
Yeah, why?
Because
you know what? We haven't had time to discuss that. Go ahead.
he's hugging my boy Forge, and it looks like Forge is dying. So D20 plus a whopping 3, a 5. I swing wide, like I nearly trim Forge's beard. Like, oh shit! Sorry.
Clearly, your Sword of Fumbling is living up to its name. And everyone is probably considering why you insist on using your Sword of Fumbling. With that is the end of your turn.
My turn.
Ubo.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to... Oh, sorry. I would like to grab Forge and just bodily pick him up and pull.
Okay, try to... break the grapple. That's an athletics or acrobatics.
23.
That breaks the grapple. You managed to do pull and heave.
I just still carrying Forge, walk back down the stairs with him.
Okay.
Moving half speed, so I only got 15 feet.
Yep. Escher will get
he's
a
out of
opportunity, but it will be against Ubo because he's the one doing the movement. It's a 3. Clearly, he does not want to fight you.
And I'll say, Tendri, get out the room, we're fine. and then I just place Forge next to me on the stairs.
Okay.
Forge, just for your benefit, because I think you were at the loo at the time, they said if we knock him out or everyone just leaves the room, the compulsion will end.
That brings it to Escher's turn, and Tendri and Air are in the room. I'm going to roll to see who he goes for. Okay, he goes for Air, which is good. Our AC. What is your AC, Air? 20?
20 right now, yeah.
Once again,
Nobody's hit me with an attack, so I haven't even had to make a con save.
Yeah, he misses with the first one, tries again with the second one, and that is also a miss. Get out! Get out! No idea if she says
Working
it's
on
true.
it.
And that will be the end of his turn. Forge is your go.
Since we're out of the room,
Mm-hmm.
I will just look at the others and go, "Come on, then!" And look at Ubo and go, "And don't you dare lecture me on the lesser of two evils." And then cast Lay on Hands on myself and give myself back to maximum.
Okay. The witch will take the potion and will go into the room with Gertruda and will dash and do something. I'm going to say that considering you're all technically in the foyer, not actually in the room, and the size of the room and such, you have no idea where she's gone. That brings us to Air, your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna call out to the witch just so that she knows that her sister in the foyer is still alive, and that I apologize for the dead one inside the room. I'm gonna say like a quick prayer to Bahamut to like bless her soul, and then I'm gonna get the fuck out of there.
Disengage and run!
Skip it away!
I'm going to say you disengage, and get
disengage.
out.
Yeah!
And Tendri, you are able to then disengage and get out, and Ubo is then able to disengage and get out. And the compulsion ends. Escher sags, drops to his knees, and just starts breathing heavily.
Don't forget the book I left you.
I will say to Forge in a very serious tone, I won't lecture you when you don't try to kill an innocent man when there are other options on the table.
Well, that went wrong.
I have no idea if you coming back in will reactivate it.
Alright, well, go stand over there, and I'll test it, because I'm the least fucked up.
Yeah, he
I will
moves.
walk
Thanks,
over.
Skip 20. I've actually not been hit at all. Ubo, let me go in.
Nor have I, but I've also got a big shell and a big shield, and
Escher, you okay?
Yes, but my ace is higher.
Escher moves
Alright,
back
fine,
into
you
the
do
room, flops down onto the couch, and who is it that enters into the room?
I
I'll
will.
enter.
Okay. Air
No,
takes
I
a
pushed
step
Tendri
in.
away.
Tendri goes, I'm going to be brave, at the same moment as Air just shoves him, and he stumbles down like 5 steps. And went
catch.
into the room, you step, you see Escher flinch.
Not gonna hate you.
Okay,
No,
I
he
think
was bracing himself to be
He's
forced to
good,
do
he's
it again.
good.
back in we go.
Right, I
For
walked
what
in.
it-
And
I will say
I
though, for what it is worth, Forge, though, I am sorry for calling you a coward. That was the heat of the moment.
Forge just looks at you and goes, "I could not break that grip. I kept fucking trying. So don't lecture me on the lesser of two evils because you know nothing about where I come from or who I am. I didn't want to. But every time I tried breaking it, I ended up getting bitten or smothered by a rug. Or generally this is what we refer to as a bad fucking day. And
Can I ask a question?
yeah,
I'm not
Go on.
going to hit you. I'm very sorry. I walk
Yes.
over. Hopefully this doesn't hurt, but it should heal. Drop 10 points of healing straight into Escher. From the last of my lay on hands.
Heal him. It does heal him. Why does your blood taste blue?
The fuck does that mean?
Exactly. What does
Blue?
blue taste like? I've never tasted blood like that before, and it hurt. Yeah.
Celestial. I'm half celestial. I think.
Well.
I don't know precisely which brand of celestial.
I'm going to say this right now. I would not deign upon your blood. He just starts laughing at his own joke as if like, oh god, that was an experience.
Question.
You've left that worse.
I still feel kind of awful from when you bit me.
Yeah. I don't know
if
about
I sleep,
that.
will that wear off?
He will rack his mind and think. Yeah, I think it's something to do with like your life force being a little bit drained. A good night's sleep will do that, but
I'm gonna go pass out. Also, again, sorry for that.
Yeah,
George just walks into one of the other rooms and there's a thud.
I think we have things to talk about.
And they pass out.
We can talk about them if you want.
Sorry,
They sort of stick their head back around. What sort of things? Because
remember how I said there's things I can't see?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Yes.
That's fine. Sorry.
He kind of looks where the witch left, and then gives you guys a.
I go after the witch.
So I go into the routine.
The second is that Ubo. I just love the idea of Ubo, like his beaky face tightening in concentration of oh, and then turns and then goes after the witch and he goes, "That's it. I'll stay here. I'm not allowed to go in there."
I follow after them both.
I follow after the Ubo, yelling, "Courage!"
Do I find the witch?
Gertruda is in her bed and is currently holding the covers up to her chest, looking at you all in both amazement and fear.
Gertruda, where did the woman go?
She points to the closet.
I open the door.
I run to the closet. And
we both open the door at the same time.
Let me get to the description of the closet, because the closet... Oops, that's not the right one. I have, like...
The closet is in the closet.
Well, I mean, the closet's never a
man, we have fumbled our way through some lucky-ass shit today. I have never seen you roll so bad during a session, JC. Like,
that was a lot. Like, he's got an AC of 11
you missed, like,
and
15
12.
attacks.
Considered, I am not complaining about JC rolling badly. I would be dead if he hadn't.
No, for real though, we survived purely because of those ones. Because otherwise, all of us would have been fucked.
Oh no, I specifically saved 2 healing spells. One to pick up when he went down, and another one after a higher level to pick up every one the fuck else.
Anyway, let's continue on.
This small wood-panelled room reeks of mildew and has a 10-foot high ceiling. Iron hooks line the walls, and a dusty black cloak hangs from one of the hooks in the centre of the south wall. The guest room itself... yes?
Sorry, can you repeat that? I was typing. I got a message from my sister.
Yeah. So the guest room where Gertruda is a large bed sits in the centre of this room, much in the same way as all the other ones are. The 4 corner posts supporting a black canopy trimmed with gold tassels. Several comfortable divans are placed about the room, though with Gertruda's ability to mess things up, some of them might look a little bit worse for wear. There is a banded door to the west wall and a smaller unbanded door to the east wall. I would invite you to look at the map because I don't really understand how this thing lays out.
Yeah. So I rush up. I can see one door on the map for it that leads from the common room to it, and then the other room has a small thing.
Okay, I'm guessing that's the closet. This small wood-panelled room reeks of mildew. There's a 10-foot high ceiling. Iron hooks line the walls, and a dusty black cloak hangs from one hook in the centre of the south wall.
Can I, like, knock on the back wall? Does it sound hollow?
Nope.
What about the side wall?
Try. No, I wouldn't. Can I have a quick scout round for like a button of some kind?
That would be an investigation.
I would look at Tendri and say, Tendri, look for a button of some kind.
Alright, and I'll do it too.
No, I'll assist you.
Yeah.
Trust
let
me.
let me find my stat real quick. In investigation, it will be. So I get advantage on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's an 18, and this one's a 9, so it's an 18.
I like the way that Tendri goes in and goes, knock, 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 knock. Knock, 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 knock. Knock, 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 knock. Do you need any help searching? And as he turns to look back over his shoulder at Ubo, Tendri glances up.
Button!
That looks odd. That definitely looks odd. Something
look up.
unusual about the ceiling.
Can I reach the ceiling?
It's 10 feet, so with a bit of a boost.
I pick up. I get out my pouch of pebbles and I just throw one up at the ceiling, see if anything happens.
Bink!
Pick up the rock again, put it in the pouch. put it down.
Ubo, pick me up.
I just crouch down, get on the shell,
Alright, and I climb on this shell.
and I just stand up again.
It's a bit precarious, and it's probably not comfortable for either one of you with
Nope.
awkward foot angles and a person on top of your shoulders. You press on the ceiling, and you feel it, as in it moves maybe like a quarter of an inch or like a centimetre or so, as it like budges. So it's obviously locked in some way.
Can I... Ubo, it seems to be locked. I can try to break it open with my sword or something, maybe.
Do we have a? Is there a lock? Could we see a lock of any kind?
Can I see a
No,
lock
you
of
don't
any
see a
kind?
lock.
Okay.
You can assume that there is a
Tendri,
lock.
go. Tendri, do me a favor. Put your hands up. Stand as stiff as you can.
I put my hands up and I stand as stiff as I can.
I jump.
Okay, Tendri, make an athletics check with advantage.
Alright. Athletics. I'm pretty sure it's very low, but let me check. Yep, it's very low, but it will do because it's advantage. You never know. That be a 12.
As Ubo jumps, Tendri braced against it. Instead of the door going up, Tendri flattens like an accordion, and then when Ubo comes down, Tendri falls and lands on his ass in front of Ubo, looking out of the vent, and Gertruda starts clapping.
Ubo, you should have given more warning, man. I couldn't brace. That hurt.
I just put you down gently and go, okay. Forge, can you give me a hand, please?
Oh, my chest. Torch.
You're on mute.
What are we trying to do?
We need to open that ceiling hatch. Tendri wasn't strong enough. Climb on my back and see if you can push it open.
I will attempt to.
Can I not try once
I will attempt to open the ceiling hatch.
Well, let me try.
No, I'd rather get this done properly. No offense, Tendri.
But I can do it.
So, what do I need to roll to open the ceiling hatch? Sorry.
Athletics with advantage.
Athletics with advantage. Cool. Let me just turn on advantage. I'm just going to roll in the system because it's just quicker. Bing. 24.
Ayla, where are you when all this is going on? Just
I guess
watching
I'm chilling in with out there with Escher, listening
Okay,
to
then.
them bounce around in there.
Tendri, roll me an intelligence, please.
Intelligence, you say? Hold on. Intelligence. All right. That one plus that. 18. I'm pretty
18.
smart.
As you watch these guys barge up against it, trying to break it upwards, you're hearing the lock dunk, click, dunk, click, dunk, click. You imagine that this doesn't open upwards, it pulls down.
Pull it down.
Oh, Forge, you heard the man.
Pull it downward,
There's
Forge.
nothing to hold onto, though.
I will pull it down.
Just
There is nothing.
hands through the wood.
Can you pull it down or?
Like I said,
Yeah,
there's
I'm gonna
nothing
try
to
and pull
hold
it
onto. There's nothing to hold
Okay,
onto.
I'm gonna turn the hammer around because it's got a spike on the back. Stick the spike in the wood and use that as a lever.
Okay then. Roll one last athletics.
I'm guessing without advantage this time.
Yeah, just straight up.
I can't. Like, I'm not helping you by pushing up anymore, and I can't really help you with this action.
Cool. So don't fuck me, dice. 19.
And the whole thing comes apart. The wood splinters after being stressed and creased with age and mildew, and finally a big ass hammer. This flap comes open, and all of you in the chamber start smelling a foul stench of something putrid and bloated. It is the same sulfuric
blue cheese and
scent
cake
you would
batter.
expect of demon ichor or demon breath. It is pungent, it is aromatic, and you can hear footsteps hastily moving up ahead. And that's probably
Well, up you go, Forge.
This is where we're going to end it this session. This is where we're going to end it, I
Forge
think,
goes up.
because that's a good point to end it, and we're 10 minutes from the end. So I don't want to start something
Fair.
next when we've got a lot left to do on that section.
Well, it's been a pleasure as always.
Before you go, though, we need to decide on one thing. Well, actually, two things, and the people in the chat can let me know as well. We need to decide who gets play of the night. So I'm pretty sure Escher's getting the DM NPC of the night because
Correct.
he's pretty much the only
I
one.
think the rug should get it.
The rug?
Fuck the rug.
The rug.
Why the rug? The rug that nearly killed me.
Escher,
The rug
Escher's
reminds me of
homeboy.
that like dog rug from Beauty and the Beast. Gives me happy memories.
Jasmine. Escher could have seriously killed all of us if it weren't for his terrible rolls today. So Escher that.
That's true.
Escher gets paid.
Escher
Escher gets
MVP.
NPC of the night for nearly killing all of us bar the terrible rolls.
Right.
What about play of the night, though, for the players?
Exactly, the player of the night. That is probably the more important one because there's a lot there, a lot of roles to be used. And surprisingly, Jasmine didn't end up using her DM inspiration this time. You
Yes,
ended up using it.
oh shit, I forgot about that.
Hey, I got a vote. I got a vote in chat. Quote
Hey!
shit, crap, fuck. When did that quote happen exactly? I saw you mention it earlier, but what was I doing I was trying to cast.
You were running down the stairs.
yeah.
So we've got fans for Tendri at the moment. Here, who do you cast last? No, you're always last, so Ubo, you're decisive, normally. Who do you cast your vote on?
I was actually thinking of giving it to Forge for the "Don't you dare call me lecture me on the lesser of two evils" because it was a good reaction to my character. You know, to my character basically just saying "No, fuck you." So you know.
Alright then, Tendri.
Give me a second more to think if that's okay.
Forge then?
For what's done to me, I have to say Tendri. I'm going to put a second vote behind Tendri because actually, just Tendri tonight has been
A lot of fun.
That's true. Yeah, a lot of fun. Tendri was.
Thank you very much.
Right. Two on
I enjoyed
Tendri.
playing.
Air, what about you then?
I have to go with Mask for his coward moment.
So then, Tendri, obviously you can't vote for yourself, so who do you put it on? Because we've got one for Forge, one for one for...
That will be a tie. So in the interest of avoiding a tie, I will put my vote onto Tendri because they make a good point. He has, not for one specific moment, but more for Tendri's consistent good roleplay for the rest of the session.
Thank you very much, man.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave the stream running for a little bit once we kind of log off and kind of keep it going so people can talk and chat, we can respond to people and such, because I've got a comment on the YouTube asking to do that. So it's going to be running for another about 10 minutes. I'm going to leave it until about 20 past the hour at the latest, if I obviously remember to turn it off, but we're going to mute, we're going to go out. Thank you all for joining us. Be sure to check in next time to find out what else lies in the spires of Ravenloft. Give love for Escher, the man who has fought hard to resist the urge of what he has become. And I think the simple fact of, for the first time ever, Forge has found empathy for undead. So that's definitely something that he really earned it for that. I was really proud of. I'm really happy how that all played out. But be sure to check us out next time on Sunday, which will be our Welcome to Ravasca game. It's a homebrew game, runs at 6 p.m. GMT for game 1, and then another game starts at 10 p.m. GMT. Not sure where that will be for other people's time zones, so you'll have to do the math on that. My apologies. Thank you very much for joining us on this awesome adventure, and we will see you next week. Bye for now.
Bye.